All right, what's going on, everybody? We're doing something a little different today. We're going to open up with a video from our sponsor. Here we go.
At Player One Coffee, we're obsessed with gaming, coffee, and, well, gaming. Every one of our signature roasts is handcrafted and tasty as Get yours at playeronecoffee.com.
All right, we're back. That was a quick commercial from our sponsor, Player One Coffee. Go check them out. The link is below. They have some amazing coffees. And they're cleverly named, too, like first-person smoother instead of like first-person shooter and shit. So go check them out for sure, for sure. All right. So, Mike, I'm pissed at you because your box keeps resizing.
I got to put you to work, fam. I got to put you to work.
Dude, I swear to God, dude, your box is pissing me off. It's like, goddamn. All right, like I said, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the platform, episode 65. I'm not sure how triggered we are today. Okay, so like we got Eddie up in this bitch. Hold on, let me, Now I gotta add another one. Hold on. Oh, shit, Mike.
Whoa!
Wait, hold on. Let me pull
That
up
old
his
forehead.
Oh.
I thought for a second there was
Clap back.
Right.
Now, you know, Mike, you don't need to be talking about nobody's forehead.
Right. We already know. We already. Oh yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear us? It's like weird, man. I gotta throw. Hold on. Let me do this because now I
No,
gotta.
I thought for a second I was colon.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
This nigga Mike is trying to come at you, though.
Best Bluetooth headsets ever.
What's that one?
Best Bluetooth.
All right. Let's get into our introductions. We're gonna do them in random order. Let's start with somebody who's not on camera. Austin, what's up, man? Introduce yourself and tell us what you're playing.
Hey, I'm Austin. I've been kind of just blasting through a bunch of different games trying to complete them. But right now I'm playing the Lone Dark. I think it is. Yeah, the Long Dark.
The Lone Dark. I was gonna say.
I was like, what is that? That's a porno.
The Long Dark.
It's exclusive to Xbox, people. The Lone Dark. Download it now.
Hold on. Let's see what's gaming with Eli says, dude. My mom said that she wanted me to hook up with you. She said that she works with you.
Oh shit.
Probably. Yeah.
Dan, you got a fan? You need to hook up?
Hold on.
He's gonna get in a world of trouble.
Right. Let me be careful here. What's up, Eli, man? Shouts out to John. What's up, man? Next up, let's go with Eddie. What's up, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing. Shut up, Mike.
What's up, man?
He's got fans.
I've been playing. The only thing I've been able to play for a while is Gran Turismo Sport. Other than that, I've been grinding on the job. I'm on the job right now.
I can tell right now.
Yeah, you know, you see the safety glasses and
Yeah.
uniform.
Damn.
You know.
Working third shift tonight?
What'd you say?
You working third shift tonight?
Oh, no, I get off in the next 2 hours. So
There you
I'm
go.
working second this week, so.
Nice.
All right, nice. All right. Next up, we got Cool Cat Terri. What's up, Terry? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
Right, hello everybody, it's Cool Cat Terri from Twitch. This week I've been playing a girl and her robot, and that game triggered me. I played the whole game, and you get to the end. Spoilers, everybody. You get to the end, and guess what? You fucking die. Game over. You get to the end, and you die. I was so triggered. Okay, and then I started playing Sims 4. That's about it.
All right. Sims 4. I know you made us characters in Sims 4 and shit. You put me in the room with Mike, and I'm not happy. Yeah. Let's see, hold on.
I did take you to the club on my stream right before the show, there, Danny, because you were in a flirtatious mood. You were getting cranky, so I took you to the club. But the thing was, it was like 5 a.m. So there was nobody there except for the mixologist. You started flirting with Nina Caliente, the mixologist. So there you go.
There we go, Nina Caliente. Holla at me, baby girl. Holla at me. Hold on, let me do this first. Alright, so I'll lose that one. Next up, we got Akeyles. What's up, man? Tell us what you're playing.
What's up? You can never be as strong as one. That one is Akeyles. Which one? I've been playing Gears of War, like usual. And I actually picked up a game that I found on Facebook called Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Oh my god, that game is so fucking dope, man. Like, it's too dope, man.
Yeah, it's really dope. It has all the fighting characters from all the characters from all your favorite 70s, 80s martial arts movies. You got, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan from the Drunken Master. You have Donnie Yen.
But it's Chuck Norris in it.
You got Ghostface Killer from Mystery of Chess Boxing in that bitch. I know you like them 5 elements, Akeyles.
Oh yeah, that moveset was crazy off the 5 elements, and then they had they didn't have Chuck Norris only because Bruce Lee already killed him.
I'm like, good, fuck Chuck Norris.
But yeah, they did have John Van Damme though from Bloodsport.
Hell
What'd you say
yeah.
his name was? What'd you say his name was, Akeyles?
John Van Damme?
It's not John Van Dam.
Yeah, that one, yeah. I gotta give you that one. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, it's Jean-Claude. He's
Jean-Claude
French.
Van Johnson. That's the name.
He got punked by the Green Ranger, so.
He got punked by the Green Ranger, okay. Alright, next up. We got Leon.
Akeyles, what's your quote that you always use?
I like it, though.
My quote? Or my intro? Oh, you can only be as strong as one, and that one is Akeyles.
I'm stealing it. You know what I'm saying? You can never be as strong as one, and that one is Danny. I'm stealing it. What's up, Leon, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I actually went back today, and I started playing some Mario Odyssey again, man. I went back and started, appreciating that game again, and it's just amazing. And right now, the only game that I'm really playing is Fortnite.
Of course.
What? You're not part of the 300. You're not part of the 3 million people that's playing PUBG.
I do play a little PUBG. I mean, I play other games here and there, but
But Fortnite's life.
Yeah, Fortnite.
But you're not part of the 3 million, which people are getting so confused, trying to say it's sold 3 million. No, it's 3 million players.
But that means 3 million people got it, so it did sell 3 million.
No, it don't.
Who can play it without owning it?
I am.
Game share.
Yo, fam, I didn't pay for it. I'm playing it.
Oh, that's right.
Game share on Xbox.
That's right. I forgot about game share on Xbox.
So let's say.
Yeah, but that means 3 million people shared it. I mean, it still have to be 3 million copies out there for it to be playable, right? Yeah. Am I wrong or what?
I don't think it's sold. I think it probably sold about 1 million.
Nah.
No, because it can't be 3 million.
The math doesn't add up.
Exactly, Austin. I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, so 3 million concurrent, which means active players playing right now, and it only sold 1 million copies. Something is not there.
Wait a minute, no. Think about this. How many people can game share off of one account?
One. Yeah.
One.
You
sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure. So 3 million people shared. So the 3 million people technically own a copy of Scrub G, right?
I don't think 3 million people bought a copy.
Okay, well, still.
Mike right there. Mike didn't buy it.
We'll
Okay,
say,
Mike's one person.
Let's give
though.
a real generous number. Then that would mean that there's probably still at least 2 million
I was
copies
gonna-
sold.
I was gonna say there's probably at least still 2 million copies sold. I was gonna say.
Hold on.
Thank you,
That's what I was trying to figure it out.
Thank you,
Uh,
Austin. I'm sure Mr. Xbox over there, Austin game shares.
well,
Only to my Xbox in the other room.
his selfish ass bastard. He shares with himself.
Well, I play the One X in the living room, and then my girlfriend plays the one in the bedroom. So
There you go. See.
Okay, so she plays with the one in the bedroom. Okay. All right. All right.
Man, he flipped it like that, yeah.
He said that one is Achilles.
No, kid. Don't say that.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let's clean it up. Let's bring it back. What's up, everybody? My name is Danny. I'm the host here at the platform, and I have been playing Street Fighter V. I know there's a gasp in the room. Yes, I've been playing Street Fighter V because I know. Hold on, let me. Yeah, oh God, I'm playing Street Fighter V. Yes, I'm trying to get my fighting chops back because when Dragon Ball Z comes out, I'm ready. My body is ready. So I'm playing Street Fighter V.
Hold on.
Huh?
So you're practicing Street Fighter V to what? Get ready for Dre? Because he called you out?
Because he called me out? Yeah. Shit. I mean, I'm a grown ass man to admit it. You know what I'm saying? If he called me out, I'm gonna make a London spectacle of it. So hell yeah, I'm gonna motherfucking stream it.
I'm practicing. I'm getting ready for you.
And here's the kicker: I'm practicing with Fang. Some people call it Fang. So I've been practicing, on some embarrassing people, and I got there today. Dude, I'll wreck you with him, man. You won't even know what the fuck to do.
Then get on. I'll take you on.
I have a question though. Like,
Yeah.
I'll fuck your face up.
When is the arcade edition?
Damn.
Right, this motherfucker. Arcade edition comes out what? This Tuesday, right?
Yeah, comes out Tuesday.
Yeah. So I'll be ready.
Y'all
But,
still playing Street Fighter 5?
Yeah, Street Fighter 5. So I've been playing that, and I've been playing a little bit of Rust, of course.
Of course.
And some Fortnite. So I have been running a little bit of Fortnite and some Destiny. I actually got some gaming in. So
You still playing Conan?
Why ain't you got
hold on, Mike. You said what?
Why ain't you got a
Yo, Mike, why is your
PlayStation 4?
mind always there?
Right, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
on-
We said why do I have a PlayStation 4?
Yeah, that shit been on sale. It went on sale big time over the holiday season, man.
Because he's
Just-
damn. He lost life. Eddie, you lost life.
Nah,
I'm
you
not
can't-
buying
I
it.
can't
I'm not
agree.
buying it until God of War comes out. When God of War comes out, I'll cop one. But
You gonna buy it in March then? Y'all heard? He said he gonna buy it. Watch God of War.
He's waiting income
God of War
tax
gonna
check.
come out. God of
He's
War
waiting
gonna
income
come out.
yeah, when taxes start floating around.
Yeah, keep saying it. Keep thinking that. God of War gonna come out.
I'm
and
telling
6
you.
months later, he still ain't gonna have the
Nah.
PlayStation 4.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna mark my calendar. Income tax floats around. He's gonna have a Switch and a PlayStation 4.
Exactly. Thank you, Mike.
He's
I
gonna
don't
like.
believe it.
He's
You
gonna
said you don't believe
that?
He's gonna buy both and have no games to play if he buys both.
Oh, that's
Just
true
gonna-
though.
just gonna
I just
sit there
have it
looking
though.
at
At least
it.
I got it. That's half the battle, right?
Y'all
Yeah.
just gave him an out to them. Not
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I got it out. Anyway.
I say go with the PlayStation
Fuck sakes.
because God of War. Period. This is fucking God of War. Fuck Mario. Fuck Pokemon.
I don't know.
This is God of War.
I'm still a little trigger on God of War, man. I don't know.
Why? 'Cause you don't have a jump button.
Yeah, hold on. Don't get me fucking started on that. God, I'm already fucking triggered behind that shit.
Hold on. Who all played Heavenly Sword?
I did.
Did you like it?
I thought it needed a jump button. Absolutely thought it needed a fucking jump button.
You did not say nothing about that when the game released. So shut the fuck up.
I absolutely did. I said
No,
this
come
game
on.
needs a fucking jump button. Like that was my stance on it.
platforming. It was
Dude,
no platform.
I wanted to jump and combo in the air.
Exactly.
You had to trigger an air combo. You couldn't do it manually. That's bullshit. This is 2018.
Yeah.
I need to
Wait a minute.
manually
Hold on.
jump and combo
on.
you to death in the air.
There's
Period.
no damage
Yeah.
control in
It's not
this.
that type of game.
It don't matter. It is.
It's not that type of game. It's God of War. It's all platforming and fucking what the fuck? Eddie.
See, his face on
That's
like,
like they took out dribbling in NBA 2K. Like, it ain't that type of game, dog.
I guarantee you, the game comes out. Man, one of y'all won't say nothing about it. I guarantee you won't. Damn, one of y'all say nothing about it. No, you shut the fuck up, Mike, because you said that you control how to damn the last Jedi.
What's up, Hitman? What's up, Cisco?
You shut the hell up, Mike. Everybody hated the last Jedi. So they're gonna. I can defend God
Last
of War
Jedi
not
was
having no
good.
jump button. The last Jedi was trash, and you know it.
No,
No.
it was great.
No.
How old are you,
It was
Akeyles?
great.
How old are you?
I'm 27 today. Oh yeah, by the
Your
way,
opinion- your
hold on,
opinion-
hold on.
your
Before you-
opinion don't matter.
before you finish your sentence, today is my birthday, so if you
Happy
want
birthday.
to,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do
You know
it.
what you're doing.
You never wanted until you were killing
if you want to send me a happy birthday, go ahead and send it to my PayPal or my Cash App under
right.
Akeyles. Akeyles 2002.
Shameless.
But yo, Eddie, come on now. I've been playing God of War since the beginning, and he's
I
always
have
jumped, dude.
Yeah, but this is a different style of game. The guy.
Why do you want
Yeah,
another
it's
style?
different.
Why do we need another
I just,
style?
Eddie,
If it ain't broke, why
my
fix it?
head is shrinking.
Hold on,
as
hold on.
you're-
Wait a minute. No. Shut the fuck up, all of y'all. Because y'all have complained about Gears of War. Y'all have complained about Halo.
Terry didn't even say anything.
Y'all have.
But how is that? How is that making the game better? How is taking away? How is taking away the jump button? How is taking away the jump button an artistic move?
Y'all ain't gonna
Because
do
they
it.
There's some
replaced-
great games without
No,
jump
no, no,
buttons.
no.
Exactly.
They were
Like-
My whole thing is it was already in the game. Why is it taken?
Why
out?
is it removed?
An artistic move.
Y'all don't know.
Why
that.
is that an
This
artistic
This
move?
is a whole new fucking game.
Taking
This is a
something
whole
out
new
doesn't make
game.
it a new
Whole
thing.
new game.
You know what they're gonna do?
They
They're gonna bring the
changed the
jump
fucking
button
name
back. They're gonna bring it back, and then y'all motherfuckers gonna be like, "Wow, I can
They're
jump
not gonna
again."
bring the jump
Very
button back.
innovative.
They needed to make room for the boats.
Y'all sit back.
That's
and
true.
talk
I
about
didn't read the
Gears of War
comments,
being
Eli,
some
man,
shit.
but I'm
True.
rolling
If
too,
most
bro.
of the game is him in a boat, then you have
shit.
no use for a jump.
Y'all sit
Wait,
and
wait.
talk
You
about
said
all these
Justin
games
and
being-
Kelly.
Just make a new game then. Don't call it God of War.
Sounds.
Y'all talk
Those
about
people do
Uncharted
sound familiar.
4 being the same shit. But then when
I've
when
never
the developer
complained
takes
about
a
God of
different
War being
stance
the
on this game,
Who
you
has
fucking
complained
cry.
about God of War being the same?
I wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, I need more of this. That's the whole reason why I buy PlayStation product is God
So
of
wait a
War.
minute. So you enjoyed
exactly.
extensions. You enjoyed extensions.
What you mean? I had
Who?
no issue with God of War ever.
God of War extensions. Who enjoyed
Never.
that
I've
bullshit?
never had an issue with God of War. Devil May
Yeah,
Cry.
all the God of Wars, even if it was garbage, it was amazing to me because that's.
Yeah,
It's
No,
like
no,
it
no,
was
you
like
can't call
even
it
the
fucking
worst God
garbage.
of War
You
is
can't
better
call it
than a
fucking
lot of
garbage.
games that I've
Can't
played.
call it garbage. Extension was garbage.
how?
That game, because it shouldn't have been made. You did not need a prequel when you played the fucking beginning of the whole game.
I
on
give
the
you
first
that.
one.
Now I agree with you on that. I will agree with
That
you
game
on
was
that.
dope. That
But
game
does
was
that
dope.
mean that the
Sorry.
actual gameplay was whack? No, gameplay was dope as
Exactly.
fuck. I could
That
jump
shit was
combo
dope.
in
It was
it.
the same formula.
It don't
Exactly.
matter.
That's the point. I want it to be the same motherfucking shit. I just want the graphics to be doper. I want to see skin ripple. I want to
wanna
see
see some
blood
story.
drip.
This
You know.
No, at the beginning of this generation, everybody expected a lot of stuff to be different. Because why? It's a new generation.
Oh my-
A new
why is
generation.
Yeah,
taking the
Justin
jump
is.
button out?
Yes, he's my
Let me
cousin.
finish.
Yes, he
is
is.
taking the
Let me
jump button
finish.
out?
Let me finish. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Let me finish. Gran Turismo took a whole completely different turn from what it used to be. People complain.
Which is why I
Now
didn't
they
buy
put
it.
now they put the what's the name in it, the offline shit. That ain't number Drive Club. That's all the fuck it is.
Hold on, let me get this out of the
Basically
way.
just proved-
Hold on, let me
basically
get
just
this.
proved
Eli.
my point. They
Yes.
made changes.
I am working with Justin. That is my cousin, and like I'm announcing right here, I am being a production assistant on this show called Inner Freak Radio. So I'll put that link below as well.
Shameless plug. He
Yeah,
got a
absolutely.
shameless plug.
So I guess that's who he's referencing. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Eddie. Go ahead.
Shameless fucking plug. What the fuck?
But nah.
But anyway, I'm all for like if people want me to accept the Last Jedi going into a different direction.
What does that have to do with this?
Cause
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure this whole thing out.
If you listen to what I'm trying to say instead of trying to clown, you might get listen to what I'm saying. Every director wants to do something different with his art, right? Corey Barlog wanted to be different with God of War. He wanted to take a different fucking direction, completely. That's why he did the Norse mythology shit. To be honest with you, a lot of people thought God of War should have ended at part 3 because he killed all the gods and then he killed himself. But they brought it back.
That's why he can't.
So therefore,
but exactly. That's what I'm trying to. Okay, I agree with all of that, Eddie. I agree with all of that. He still need to jump though.
No, if the camera doesn't, the way the camera is set up, it doesn't cut to nothing. It's all one motion, so it's all going forward.
So Eddie's developing the game, you guys.
He can climb, he can damn dodge, he can roll. But what the fuck you need to jump for? They making this more of a human.
I agree.
Let me ask, if they bring jumping back, then what is the reasoning going to be? Because
look, it don't matter. It don't matter. You don't need a break for Drive Club either, so we're good.
I mean, that's true too. All right, hold on. Eddie has derailed the show.
I think Terry being triggered. We'll say this: if Terry's we know Terry's a long time fan of Need for Speed, and all of a sudden they take out our brake system. You think she's gonna be triggered? Like,
how are you gonna fucking make a turn with no brakes?
Talking about driving a car.
But hey, Terry, they're going for a new direction.
A race car game.
You know what? They could get away with it. They could just make it a drag.
So tell me this: was God of War?
It'll be like shift. It'll be like Need for Speed Shift.
No fucking
you only go forward and straight.
It's like this. It's like this. It's like making Balrog and Street Fighter just do kicks. Like they said, we're changing Balrog. Instead of him being a boxer, he's just gonna kick.
Who played Heavenly Sword?
I did.
Heavenly Sword.
I
did.
did.
You like it?
I did. I didn't love it.
So
I didn't love it because I always thought it needed a jump. It needed jump.
Is Heavenly Sword the standard? Heavenly Sword is now the standard.
Dude, let me tell you something. That was always my stance with Heavenly Sword. I thought Heavenly Sword was held back because there was no traversal elements. There was no jumping. It was just all combos. And like I said, I love the combos that they had, but, it would have been nice to kind of jump, be able to fucking jump. That's what I wanted to do in the game.
Jump for what? Jump for what, though? Because if you dodge an enemy's attacks, what you need to jump for?
My whole thing is Heavenly Sword isn't even a better game than God of War. So how are you even
I'm not saying
comparing
it is. I'm not saying it is. My point is not every game has to need to have a fucking jump function. The only
way how are you gonna build up your athletic skill if you're not jumping?
No one's saying every game needs to have a jump button.
We saying God of War needed. Yeah, we saying God of War needs jump
button. That's all we're saying.
When this game comes out and y'all play it, I want to get back on it. I want everybody to remember this podcast. I want everybody to sit back and tell me honestly.
We will.
That game needed
honestly, if it's going to be constantly in a freaking boat or you're going to be fighting, you're not going to have a need for a fucking jump. Because when you're
go the same direction
around,
DMC.
You're not going to be jumping around.
Hey, Sea of Thieves has a jump button.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's the point of Sea of Thieves though? At least God of War got a fucking point. What's the point of Sea of Thieves?
What you mean? Sea of Thieves?
What's the plot? What are you doing in Sea of Thieves?
It's getting that booty. That's what the plot of Sea of Thieves is. Get that booty. Right? That's
get that booty. Get that treasure.
Get that treasure.
Started out as probably something fucking around game that somebody made in the damn office, and Phil Spencer was like, put that on Xbox.
Damn, Eddie motherfucking triggered that.
This probably could be a fucking damn cell phone game.
Now he's trying to cut off the throat.
Yo, damn.
Well, I'm not crazy about that game, so.
Sea of Thieves been talked about for the past 3 years, and people still don't know what the fuck it is.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, everyone knows what it is.
It is what it is.
Just like Death Stranding, no one knows how that is either.
It's a cell phone game.
That is
He
true.
said Death Stranding is. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta give Terry that, though.
I can't. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, so is Death Stranding.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know what the fuck this.
There you go, Terry.
I swear I don't. Until I see gameplay and something about the story, I cannot defend no Death Stranding. That shit right there is fucking weird.
Oh shit!
But you gotta look at who it's coming
Norman Fetus.
He's got a lot to say since he
I was gonna say, I keep looking at our topics like, holy shit!
God damn.
Shit, I've been gone for what?
You
3
like
months?
The Last Jedi.
He's like, I got a lot to say.
You got a lot to say, like, fuck it, I'm here. All right, I got you,
I didn't
Eddie.
get to talk about Star Wars. I didn't get to talk about Star Wars. This damn no jump button
God, I hate that
nonsense
movie.
just damn fucked me up. I mean, like,
Look, but you can jump in Star Wars, though. Yeah. Do I really need to jump in Star Wars? No, but there's a button for that.
That shit is trash.
God of War is not a
After I played
cinematic
Luke
game,
Skywalker's
man.
damn fucking mission, that was it. I said, I can't play this shit.
See, and while we're still talking about God of War, they took away the jump button. They took your combo meter. I mean, what do they want you to do? And
they want you to fucking bond with
They're
your son.
modernizing it. They're taking away that retroness and they're making it what games are
they're
today.
not modernizing
Thank
it.
you, Terry.
They made a
You don't have
separate
combo
game.
meters in games unless you're playing a freaking fighting game.
Thank
Like
you,
you're
Terry.
like you're fucking like
No.
Injustice.
No,
like
like your rage
Marvel
meter
versus
and shit,
Capcom.
you know?
So what
No.
y'all
You
don't
don't get
understand. The
combo
reason the
meters
combo
anymore.
meter
That's
was
old
there.
school.
You know why the
No,
combo meter was there? It was to show how badass you were. That's
Right, and then once you know you've reached that plateau,
Wait a minute, hold on.
It's fine, but that's a retro thing. Games today don't do that.
Why don't we want to be badass no more? I don't understand.
Why do you need a combo
No,
meter
not
to
if you
find that
take
you're
away
badass?
this jump button.
Why do you need a
He
combo
can't
meter?
even fight a damn Goomba. Like, what's going on?
See this?
Who the fuck is Kratos fighting? He can't even jump.
This is your violin.
His biggest enemy is a fucking obstacle he can't jump over.
I mean,
Like,
I always thought it was fucking epic. And
hold on. Mike, you can never be as strong as one.
Unless you
And
add
that one is
Well, no, I always thought it was pretty epic there, Terry and Eddie. That you can get like a 200 combo. I'm like, yeah, I fucking rock that thing.
Look,
Well, I will say.
Well, yeah,
that
that's
sounded
true.
very awkward.
I know. I was just like, I don't know. It's like, is it sexual or not?
I rock that thingy thing.
What?
I
Like,
watched
whoa.
that video when they answered them questions, and they said they took out the 5-hit combo shit because every time somebody did the 5-hit combo, it spelled shit across the screen.
I don't know about that shit.
Somebody
That's
just
what
got
he said.
triggered.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know about that shit.
That's what he said.
Why the fuck you lying?
I don't know about
Pull it
that.
up on YouTube. Go pull it up
Somebody
on
just was
YouTube.
triggered. Man.
Yeah, somebody was triggered. Yeah, I'm
And
triggered.
see, like Preston told me when I was talking about this, he's like, man, they don't need the jump button or the combo meter because hack and slash is boring. I was like, how is hack and slash boring?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what Preston
Man.
told me.
Because, man, I don't understand.
But the
Yo,
hack and slash is
Honestly,
still
out of all
there.
the hack and slashes I played, I found every single one boring except for God.
Oh my goodness. Are we even
Did you hear what
gamers?
she said? She said,
Every
I
single one of them
love
I
Devil
found
May
boring.
Cry. Devil May Cry.
Except for-
I love God of War. I love
never played Devil May
Bayonetta.
Cry, so I can't say anything about that.
Oh, you never
All
played
the
Devil
ones
May
I
Cry?
played-
Oh shit,
Yeah,
Terry.
no, all the ones
Terry.
I've played have been boring as shit.
You didn't like
Are
Bayonetta?
you saying? Are you
No, I
saying
never
because
played
God
it.
of War just has a really good story, that's why it wasn't boring?
What's that?
Are you saying that God of War has a good story and that's why it's not boring?
Probably.
Because I can understand your argument on that one because after Devil May Cry 1, the second one, the story was fucking stupid. The third one, story was fucking
It gets
stupid.
boring just hack and slashing and killing
That's
people
all
mindlessly.
you doing.
It gets boring. It's just like I can't. What's
I'm
that
like,
freaking
what the
zombie
fuck
game?
is happening here? You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
god!
I'm trying to figure out what is life anymore. I don't know.
Right.
What is the meaning
love
of
hack
life?
and slash.
Everybody's like,
Is the world flat? Is it flat? I don't know.
Exactly.
I think the Illuminati just got confirmed up in this bitch. Oh shit.
But, I mean, I love a good hack and slash. Does anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ninja
Absolutely.
Gaiden is one
I
of my
buy
favorites.
PlayStation consoles based off of a hack and slash, based off of God of War. Like,
been waiting for
literally,
God
that's
of
the
War.
only
Like,
reason
that's
why I
one
buy
of the main
PlayStation
games.
is for God of War. Like, that's the only
God of
game
War's
that
gonna play
He
like
is the
Horizon.
motherfucking Mario of PlayStation.
exactly.
When they changed
And he
the
can't
main
even
voice
jump.
actor of God of War, you should have known.
Could you imagine them taking the jump button from Mario?
I know,
What would
right?
that? What kind of game
we're
would
trying
that
to make it
be?
more artistic. We're going a different direction.
We're gonna make him roll and punch. Get
Next
the
time
fuck
I hear
out of
somebody
here!
talk about different direction, I'm done. I'm out. I don't know what type of bullshit is in store for me.
All right, let's reel it in. Hold on. Let's reel it back in
when
here.
when they add human voices to Zelda, y'all better not say shit.
Anyway,
I'm ready for Zelda.
Speaking of Legend
I'm
of
saying-
Zelda,
I thought Zelda had a human voice already.
he does.
I'm
He
ready
already
for
spoke.
Zelda or Link the Dog.
Link already
I'm talking
spoke.
about
He
voice
screams. He always
when they-
screams.
No.
voice
Remember,
acting.
Link had a voice in the anime that came on Saturday mornings. It was like
He
Link.
had a. He had.
Remember, he was on
a
Captain N and the Game Master.
Yes,
Remember?
yes, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
he had a
I'm
voice.
talking about, like, Game Boy.
Excuse me, princess. Yeah, I know y'all remember that shit.
Yeah, I do. Those games were so
Link
cringy.
already.
Like,
That's the Link I really want to play next. Like, they should build a game around him because Link was a fucking dickhead in the
Mike, you got a weak
cartoons.
signal.
Oh, yeah, Mike's signal weak, like
Mike
old
is
man
freezing
hands.
up.
Yeah,
Or
I'm in,
even
like,
he doing
Bad
a
Bad
mannequin
Bougie.
challenge.
Yeah,
All right, this will be a time to reel it back in.
I'm doing
Look,
it.
speaking of Nintendo, we are talking our Nintendo Direct in our first segment here. Who checked it out? Who peeped it? I know I did.
The truly portable station. The
I
truly
checked it
portable
out.
console.
Checked it out. Checked it out. All
Triggered.
right. I know, Mike, you saw it. Leon, you saw it. Eddie, you saw it, right? Austin, you checked it out?
I read up on it. I ain't seen it.
I heard about it. Yeah,
Okay.
I heard everything, but I didn't look at it all. Like,
All I know is they're getting a lot of ports for a
Yeah.
portable console.
So let me go with you there, Eddie, since you got a lot to say. What did you think about the Direct? Like, if you had to give it a grade, what would you give it?
If I had to give it a grade, I'd give it a B. I wouldn't give it an A because you're getting a lot of ports. Now, me personally, I'm all for remasters, remixes, HD remasters, whatever. You're getting a lot of third-party support. Good on Nintendo. Why? Because that's what everybody's been asking for. Everybody's
Right.
been wanting third-party support. You got it. But those same people that gave PlayStation people hell on getting remasters and HD remakes, you need to shut the fuck up now.
Well, I mean, it is a lot of ports, and there are some new games in there too. But go ahead, Mike.
the way I look at it, and all right, the ports that they're bringing are from the Wii U, and we'll say some of the 3DS games. But I didn't own a Wii U, so I didn't play any of these games that are porting over, which
Right.
I missed out because I wasn't interested in the Wii U.
Same
So I'm
excuse
saying-
they use for the PlayStation people.
Well, hold on, hear me out, Eddie. So I'm saying bring on the ports because I want to play these games because I'm interested. I'm right now enjoying my Nintendo Switch. I'm having lots and lots of fun with it, Eddie. You are missing out on these games.
I'm not missing out. I told you what I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
do.
you
If Danny can get a pass on the PlayStation 4, I definitely can get a pass on the Nintendo Switch.
Wait, hold on. Why do I get a pass? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been getting trolled behind it. Like,
shots fired at Danny.
At least I did get the PlayStation VR. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not getting the. I'd probably get like an Oculus Rift or something before I do PS.
No, Danny's not going to get the PlayStation VR or the Oculus Rift because he's not ready for those horror games.
Yeah, I ain't ready to
I'm
change
telling
my
you, man,
pants. and shit.
I had to take that shit off when I was playing Resident Evil. I couldn't do it. My heart ain't strong enough for that shit. I beat it, but not in VR.
So,
Mike, you don't.
go ahead. Oh, Austin, his connection is. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, someone phoned me.
Okay.
Mike, you don't need to play horror games to enjoy VR.
Exactly.
They got
Yeah.
super hot in VR chat. You're all good.
No do way.
Exactly.
Exactly. There were some games that were announced. Let me go with Akeyles, because Akeyles, I know you said you saw it too. What did you think about what they announced? Like, were you kind of like, or were there some games that you were just expecting and kind of wanted to play?
To be honest, it still hasn't convinced me to buy the console. I do like whenever I do buy the console, I do want to play the Kirby game because that looks exciting. The one thing that I took away from the Direct is when I looked at it, I saw like the last three games that they showed. They showed Faye and Celeste, and then they talked about having an invincibility mode, and then they showed Donkey Kong Country and the DLC for that with Funky Kong, which is also gives you unlimited rolls, unlimited. It gives them a double jump, basically another invincibility mode, and then they say, "Hey, here's Dark Souls." It's like, they were targeting.
Hey, honestly, I thought that was amazing. Like, I was so hyped when I saw that, and I'll give you my reason why I was hyped. It's probably a different reason than you think, but let me go to Leon. Leon, I know you saw it. What did you think?
I watched it.
And then I'll go to Mike. So, Leon, what did you think?
I liked it because I'm a fan of Nintendo. I like the Switch for what it does. I understand that a lot of the games that are coming out for it were on the Wii U. I just think it's funny that the people that complain about that don't even own a Wii U or haven't even played those games. So I think that's kind of like hypocritical of people to say if they haven't played those games. For the people that do play it, I've noticed that they're happy with the Switch. Like, Nintendo fans aren't complaining about it, and they're the ones that bought the Wii U, so I don't see why it's a big issue if you haven't played those games. And a lot of people didn't like the Wii U. Everybody said it was trash. So now that the Switch is successful, and those games were like good games, they were like quality games. I think it's dope that they're announcing, games like Tropical Freeze. A lot of people didn't play that game. A lot of people didn't play Bayonetta 2.
It's true.
So even though, I could see why, people are saying there's a lot of ports on the Switch, I think it's not a bad thing because the Switch is a much more successful, system than the Wii U ever was. And now these games are on a, platform that deserves, now it's on a platform where people are going to experience those games. More people are going to see those games. And, and then we're getting more third-party games. Like Dark Souls on a Switch is dope. Playing that game on the go. I'm definitely going to buy it twice. And I was telling people which version of Dark Souls do you think is going to sell systems? The PlayStation, the Xbox version, or the Switch version?
I think the Switch. I say Switch version because you can go. It's Dark Souls on the go, dude.
Yeah,
that is just unheard of, man. Yeah.
And that's what people fail to realize with the Switch is that it has an attach rate like no other system out there.
Absolutely. Looks like Fabulous has a question. I'm going to get to your question. I see your question. I'm going to get to your question, Fabulous, in 1 second. Let me go to Mike. I'm going to go to my opinion, and then we'll answer your question as a group. So, Mike, what did you see it? How did you think about Nintendo? Like, what they showed, what was offered, the games that they announced. What did you think?
After watching the Nintendo Direct, I was really hyped for the games that they showed. That one game that I keep messing up on the word. What game was it? End of the World there, Leon? What was it called?
Oh, the World Ends With You remix.
Yeah.
The World Ends With You. That looks amazing. I'm hyped for the
old
Kirby.
game.
It's old school, but that don't mean it's bad.
It's a remix.
Does that mean it's bad?
But I never played it.
It came out on the DS, so it's definitely.
But I never played it.
Going to be a much different game because the DS was had two screens, and the Switch is just one screen with a touch screen.
Then I saw Kirby. I haven't played a Kirby game. Like a story Kirby game for a very, very long time.
Kirby looks so fucking good, though. That shit looks so.
Well, actually, not playing it.
I got a question.
Playing it Robobot was dope. The Kirby game. That was the last one. That was the last story Kirby game.
You asking me a question, Terry? Or
no, I just have a general question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know how there's people out there that always complain and about how video games are a bad trying to think of my words right now. Bad influence on kids with violence and stuff. How come they don't have a problem with Kirby? Because he's basically promoting gluttony and obesity.
Well, you know why? Because people are selective. and they want to
Hey,
bitch
children,
about
you can
shit.
eat anything you
Fictional
want,
character.
and you're gonna
Right.
get the powers.
You know, you can shit them out, you can eat them. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, kids. Just be a glutton. Yeah. But he
That
is
wasn't
super
really
cute.
much.
There's
That was
way
being a
worse
smart
gluttons
ass.
in gaming.
Well, on top of that, also, like I said, I never got to play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. I thought it was a brand new game, but I was brought back into reality.
Why did you miss all of these Wii U games?
Because I didn't buy the Wii U. I wasn't interested in the Wii U because I tried it, and that big tablet thing they had for the Wii U control, that was garbage to me.
You didn't need to use that though. You could have put it to the side and used the Pro Controller.
Mike, you do know that like the Switch is just like the Wii U done right? Like
That's what I'm saying. You just said it right there.
Your
Austin.
tablet
Yeah,
is smaller,
Exactly.
and you complain
You said it
about
right
the
there.
little
You said it
Joy-Con are too small.
right- You said it right there. It's the best thing you ever said there, Austin. The Switch was done right.
yeah, but I also at the same time I feel like if any other company did that, they wouldn't be forgiven. Like if any other company put out a console that failed, and then basically they put out the same console, but it wasn't shit. Then released all the same games on it again and charged full price. Like no one but Nintendo is gonna get away with that.
Well,
you got a point on that one.
Well, I'm liking it because it has a better handling for a portable console. Like I said, I can throw it in my
You mean,
backpack.
super tiny Joy-Cons that don't even fit in your man hands? That's
I don't-
better handling?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Or a smaller tablet compared to the Wii U?
Hold on. I don't even take the Joy-Cons off my
Doesn't matter. You're over here promoting how this one's done right, but it still has its fucking flaws.
What size memory card you got?
You're gonna tell me there's
No one's
nothing
saying
wrong
it
with those
doesn't
shitty
have
ass
flaws,
Joy-Cons that you don't use because
those
they're
Joy-Cons is shitty.
Joy-Cons are actually
I get,
dope. I like
no, I get the crosspad.
That
It's
HD
like, how do
rumble
you
is
hit that
dope.
motherfucker?
What size memory card do you have, Mike?
I go all digital on Switch.
Yeah.
So
I gotta play Resident Evil.
I think I have a
That shit
I have a 256 gigabyte on my Switch.
So would it make sense if Nintendo needs to go ahead and put an external, not put an external drive on it, but make it to where you can use an external hard drive for the Switch?
That would be like impossible.
Yeah, that'd be impossible. Why would you want that?
Because you would have to keep it.
You have to carry that bitch.
Yeah, I'm happy the way it is. I mean, why? But especially, would you want the external hard drive on the PS Vita?
The problem with that is games are constantly updating, and so if you have games that are mostly installed on the external and then you have it in handheld mode, it's going to cause issues when you connect to the Wi-Fi.
Right.
All right. Well, okay. Go ahead.
But the last thing was, Dark Souls. I never played any of the Dark Souls. This one, I think it's going to sell amazing on the Switch because it's portable.
I don't think it'll sell Switches.
Dark Souls on. I think it's going to sell amazing.
I think it will.
I don't think it'll sell.
I think a lot of people are waiting for reasons to buy the Switch, and so like every time they release games with a strong fan base, I think it kind of entices people.
But one remaster isn't gonna. I don't think will sell very many.
Well, you have to include the other games though. Dark Souls with the other games.
Right.
At the same time, like.
If they are building up a library.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this.
If you're part of that fan base, why would you have already played the game because you wouldn't be a fan of Dark Souls? So why would you wait
why
for
are people
it to
still
be
buying
portable?
Skyrim? Why are people still buying Grand Theft Auto? I mean,
True.
The same could be said for a lot of other games.
A lot of other games.
It's mod support and things like that. Like
why is it when
online
it's Nintendo,
with
it's
GTA?
like unheard of?
Well, here's my thought on that. Now, this is what I saw from that direct was just like, here's an amazing thing that a third party is supporting on our system. It wasn't Dark Souls by itself. Like, just that name in itself was amazing, but like, just knowing that game, that type of game is releasing on a Nintendo system says a lot about where Nintendo's head is at right now. Like
look at Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, Wolfenstein. When they announced Wolfenstein and Doom, and you look at these games and you think to yourself, Nintendo hasn't been like this since like old ass Nintendo.
It's the SNES.
Like SNES when they had like all these different third parties that were just throwing shit on it. And it's just so super happy to see that with Nintendo.
My next prediction is they're going to get Kingdom Hearts on the Switch.
You know what? I agree with that. I think what they're going to get next is Kingdom Hearts, and they're going to get another major one. I think they're going to get Final Fantasy VII. I think they're going to get that too.
That's going to sell systems too.
Yep. I think they're going to get the remake for Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts. They're not getting Final Fantasy 15. Well, they are, but they're getting their own version of it.
I mean, it's a possibility. Shit, you never know.
Yeah,
if they got Kingdom Hearts 3 and they got it when it was new instead of like 4 years now, but like if they got it when it was new, then I would buy a Switch. Yeah.
What you mean? Kingdom Hearts 3 ain't out yet, is it?
No. But I'm saying with the Switch right now, all you're really getting is like older games. You're not getting any third party that are brand new, really.
Well, it's still in its first. Well, it's going into its second year. So
yeah.
See how
so I think that what they had to do, and this is what Nintendo kind of has to always deal with, and that's the catch-up game. But what I do like is they're catching up quicker than normal. You know, like they're actually trying to catch up. You know, they're saying, all right, we're not going to be 8-10 years, we'll be 3. You know, but we'll catch up. And I like to see that.
My next big thing for the game, I think they're going to bring, right now it's a rumor, is Grand Theft Auto 5. I think Grand Theft Auto 5.
I believe Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out for the Switch. I also believe that.
I believe that.
The producers talked about it running fine.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck, really? You know, and it said it ran
another
fine.
Game changer.
Yeah.
And Take-Two's a part of said they're going to continue making games for it. And
Take-Two said they're bringing all of their major franchises. They said their plan is to bring all of the major franchises to Nintendo's system.
By next year, if they keep doing what they're doing with the Switch, man, I'm telling you, that thing is going to be one of the fastest selling consoles ever. Like it already is. It already is.
It's already is the fastest selling console in the United States.
Right.
It's I think the last I heard was 10 million.
All right.
That's 9 months.
I kind of want to break this conversation because I like answering questions from chat. So Fabulous asked us here, what are your opinions on Sony being petty and refusing to cross-platform? Because you have everyone else saying, hell yeah, let's cross-platform.
That's like a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, right, is it then go Sony want to cross-platform? Hell no. Like, why? So what do we think? Let me start with Eddie, the all-seer. Right, Eddie. Why won't Sony crossplay? Oh, his shit is froze. So let's do this. Let's get this out.
He dropped off a bad babuji.
He got left off a bad
babuji. Yo, I really thought he was there though, because the way he's sitting, it looked like.
I did too. I thought he was listening intently. Like I was like, oh
shit. I thought you were trying to like suck it
that would be the L screensaver when you don't want people to
hell yeah. It's like my face right now. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Dad, you should screenshot that shit.
I did already. I got it. I snippet tooled it. Let me go. Let me go with Akeyles. Akeyles, why do you think Sony is not doing crossplay?
Well, it depends because they're doing crossplay on certain games like Street Fighter, things like that. But I know the main reason, like Minecraft, is the one where everyone was doing it, but PlayStation, and that was because you had to log in into Microsoft's on your PlayStation, so you would have to log into like an Xbox Live account, and PlayStation didn't want to do that because of security issues and things like that. But certain games that that have like a low player base, they do crossplay on.
Right.
Paragon does it. Paragon is crossplay with PC and PS4.
You know, here's the go. I think it's easier than they let on. I think it all comes. Go ahead.
I was saying, I think I know it can be done because take a Fortnite for instance.
I was just about to say that.
You know about this, Leon. Also, when Fortnite first dropped out, it came in with Battle Royale. They had the PlayStation and Xbox. and we know it can be done because they shut it off real quick. Because yeah, supposedly an Xbox guy shot a PlayStation guy 300 yards or whatever, some bullshit, and it was all over Twitter and Facebook and everything else. But what do you do? It can be done. I don't. Why Sony's not doing
a jab.
Hey, look, I think it can be done. I mean, like you said it with Fortnite. What Fortnite did right there, and they probably did it on purpose and just kind of like shut it off real quick because they wanted to make a statement.
Sony probably came at them with their necks as low.
It's so easy. It's like you don't have to sign into Xbox Live and your PlayStation. You really don't. If the game company has servers, those servers deal with all the connections, not the individual. The individual is just joining a single server. So it is absolutely doable. Like when Fortnite did it, when it was available, it was flawless. Like there was remember, nobody complained about it. Nobody said, well, since Xbox guys are in here, the server's lagging or none of that shit, right? It was just everybody was just killing each other, and then and you heard that shit where they said PC dudes were cheating because all of the headshots, and it was just like. And it was just like a free-for-all. It was like PlayStation dudes was killing Xbox dudes. And then when the PlayStation dude puts the Xbox dude down, he get headshotted by the PC dude from 158,000 yards away. And it's like, and it was just like this amazing dynamic of a bunch of different gamers getting together and getting these bragging rights. And it had nothing to do with Sony changing anything on their end. Xbox didn't have to change anything on their end. PC didn't have to hack or do nothing different. It just connected and it was good. And honestly, it's hard to answer that question because we're not really in the behind the scenes with a lot of these companies. But I think it has a lot to do with stockholders' decisions, money, and certain securities, because remember, Sony got in trouble a lot for getting hacked. They've been hacked quite a bit, so I think it's a security thing. You don't want to have a PC guy. Honestly, I hate to say it, but PC guy come in and inject some fucking code in, and now he got access to Xbox and PlayStation 4 accounts. So I guess you do have to kind of weigh those options there, but. There's really no major change other than security and the money. So I think if anybody has something else to say, I think that answers his question.
Yeah,
I think you answered it.
Yeah, mainly money too, because like I said, I bought 2 copies on Dragon Ball FighterZ. Bought 3 copies of Rainbow Six Siege. They're missing out on a copy if they open up brand new games like that. They miss out on a copy. Now
absolutely.
It'll make sense once the player base dies on the game. So after the game's been out for 2-3 years, then they can do crossplay, or maybe it feels like lawbreakers need crossplay.
Yeah, I agree with that because Destiny, I bought Destiny on all 3 platforms. If they had crossplay on Destiny, I would have just bought it on the one platform that I preferred over the 3 now, and then the other 2 would have lost out on those sales. So I mean, I get that.
That's what I say.
The other thing is there's also that stigma too, though. Doing crossplay with a console and a PC, there's always that stigma that the PC gamers are all modding and hacking their game, and it's not going to be fair for the console gamer. So you have that stigma too you have to deal with.
Yeah, you would have to force them to use a controller too, controller only lobbies.
Well, they should have lobbies that have sets rules, this one's controller only, or this one's a free for all, whatever the fuck. And I wish they would do that, because then it's your own decision. If you want to go in to a server where dudes got mouse and keyboard, you think you can make it with your PlayStation controller? Let's do this. Let's test this motherfucking theory. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that should be a thing. I think that would help the industry as a whole. I know a lot of these investors, because they're old fucking white dudes and shit, and they don't get the gaming industry. They only get the money part of it. But they don't understand that people love trying to get into a server together. They love those bragging rights. I mean, just being able to say, okay, well, PlayStation dudes is wrecking and PC dudes, that would be everything. And that would kind of drive that industry to have more of a competitive edge. I think they're missing a real opportunity by not doing that crossplay. I mean, I would love to hear that battle between, dudes are playing Rocket League and shit, And, you know, PC dudes think they can do it, and they like, you ain't got your fucking mouse and keyboard today, bitch. You know, and you getting wrecked in Rocket League by dudes on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? It just would be a super dope dynamic if they did that. So, yeah, that's our answer to your question, Fabulous Man. Okay. So let's kind of go over a few of the games that were announced during the Direct. Well, I think we went over a little bit. Mario Tennis. That was announced. That actually has a full-on story mode. I think they said that Mario Tennis didn't have a story mode since, like, what, the old Game Boy Advance ones or some shit like that? Or, yeah, I can't remember. It's like the older Mario Tennis games some of them had story. We talked about Kirby. Kirby looks amazing. He has a few new powers, too. He's got, like, an art power where he can, like, draw any character in the game and, like, make a super move out of it and shit, which looks pretty fucking dope. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, I played that, you know, on PC. Excuse me. East 8, East Lacrimosa something or other. I can't remember the full name of it. But it's supposed to come out on Switch and PC, I think late March or April, something like that. And then we said Dark Souls Remastered, and Dark Souls was just blew my mind. So
I'm so hyped for that Dark Souls.
You know, Dark Souls is just one of those games that just has everlasting power. You know, it's the staying power, especially on just Dark Souls. That game has a huge following, and to kind of give new life to that is great. People wanted it on PS. That was one of those remasters that people kind of wanted.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, you know, everybody, like Eddie was saying before he got frozen. Remasters, you know, there are some that you people want. Like, I want to see it beefed up. I want to see the resolution up. I want to see, you know, this shit happen. So, you know, that one is pretty nice. Let me change this here because Eddie finally kicked the bucket.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people are going to be really excited for Dark Souls, especially because it's coming out so soon.
What's up, Persona, bro? Yeah, I think so too. But you know, it can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got dudes that are triggered right now and they're moist as fuck. But you know what? It can't be stopped. You cannot keep being pissed with Nintendo. You know, you can't.
I mean,
you start to sound bitter.
The thing is though, with Dark Souls though, it's not just for Nintendo. If it was, then that would be something completely different, and then a lot of people would be pissed off. But
you know it,
But that would have been kind of. I think that would have been good for them too if they did that. If they took Dark Souls and were like, at least for like a timed thing, that it was going to be on Switch first, you know?
Like the remaster comes out on Switch first, then on other systems later that year.
Yeah,
it would be dope if you can get a costume and look like fucking Mario. And
they already said that. The producer said that there are costumes that are Nintendo focused.
Oh yes. My god,
I don't like that.
You're fucking lying.
Dude, can I run around as...
That is fun as fuck. I can't wait.
Can I run around as Heart Draws Mario? You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing is like, it's kind of going against what Nintendo said that they were always about, because they were like, you know, Mario can't be like portrayed a certain way. So,
but you know what? Nintendo has changed so much, dude. They got DLC and Legend of Zelda, dude. Like that was the death of innocent Nintendo.
They got the Skyrim DLC where you can be Link.
You can be Link. You can fucking remember Link Heroes or whatever.
Hyrule Heroes.
Yeah, Hyrule Heroes. That shit was different. You know, that was something different. They had Link as a female in that one too. So Nintendo, I think, has especially with the new president, I think they kind of gave up on some of those old tropes. You know, which is a gift and a curse. It lets Nintendo expand like we want it, but then they also become what we already support, which is the fucking DLCs and the please pay us your fucking money if you want extra shit. And, you know, and we'll throw these games. You can have what you want, but it's going to come with transactions and loot boxes. And, you know, that's what they're doing now.
Can I make a quick point? I was going to say, like, we're all, like, talking about a mini direct. So just imagine what they have in store for fucking E3. Like,
you know, E3, they said their presence is going to be big this year. So hopefully we can get there. That would be dope if we can be there when Nintendo's there, man.
I think Nintendo's gonna go ham this E3, man.
But with what though? The only thing that they have right now that they could go for is like Pokemon, because
they also have Metroid.
Because a Zelda just came out, and a Mario just came out, and then Metroid they've already talked about. So
but then again, they also have games that they haven't announced. Like,
yeah.
You don't know what they could say. Oh, we're doing a new Smash Brothers game.
Pokemon,
like,
the Metroid,
Smash and Pokemon. That's pretty much all they can really.
Pokemon would dominate E3 if they showed up with
big.
Pokemon at E3. I guarantee it's over. I don't give a fuck. All the Sony fanboys, all the Xbox, all the PC elitists, and whoever else is fucking out there.
There's gonna be a lot of triggered people, though.
Dude's about to be. I'm telling you, man, they're gonna be so moist, dude. They're gonna need a towel, dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it's gonna be something that can't be helped. You know, it's gonna be something that literally cannot be helped, dude.
I don't know. New Kid Icarus, man. The 3DS one was nice.
Dope.
Yes, I need another Kid Icarus.
I like Kid Icarus.
See, that would be dope. I can see them doing that. Which one? The one for 3DS?
Did you play the last one? Yeah, the 3DS one.
I played it at GameStop.
The controls were terrible, but the game was amazing.
I don't know. I think you get used to the controls. Like
you do, but they hurt your wrists, man. My wrist was like burning after playing that game. Bro.
Is it Ice Climbers, New Pikmin? Hell yeah!
I'm not
even had the 3DS, or did you have the new 3DS?
I had the new one, but you know the new one, it doesn't work with the second analog stick properly. Like you can use it, but it's weird still.
Oh really?
Weird. I even bought the attachment with the second analog for the first 3DS.
Oh really? You got that extended shit or whatever?
Yeah, my shit was looking extra fucking
modular.
Hell yeah, his shit was super modular.
Yeah, man. Y'all remember back in the day when y'all had to fucking put that big ass flashlight on the Game Boy?
Yeah. Remember that shit so you can see the screen?
Hell
yeah.
Hell no, I had the street lights every like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that shit used to kill your batteries, dog. Like, what? I used to walk around with a Ziploc of fucking old batteries when I was a kid.
Hell yeah, to keep that shit going. Hell yeah, I remember that playing motherfucking Mario Land.
Like the game has to go on.
It's got and there was another game. It was a volleyball game that was dope as fuck on Game Boy. It was like Super Spike B-Ball or something like that. I think that's what it was called. That shit
I used to
dope.
play fucking my game on the Game Boy was Paperboy and motherfucking Ninja Turtles.
Oh god, Ninja Turtles.
Dude, fuck Ninja Turtles, man. That shit pissed me off. I'm triggered thinking about it. Yeah,
I would actually like a proper Ninja Turtle game.
That one that
Turtles in Time, motherfucker.
Remember? Oh well, Turtles in Time, yes. But remember, Platinum Games had that game that was supposed to be amazing.
Oh yeah, I had that game. It's not.
Dude, I cannot believe Platinum fucked that up because they do like so much good shit.
And it looked really good when they first announced it.
It looks dope, but then when you play it, you're like, what is this?
And speaking of that game, the online on that shit was terrible.
It was terrible. Servers were like Ubisoft must have been running them servers because that shit was garbage.
Oh, it was terrible.
Agreed. And like I get super excited whenever there's a TMNT game, and yeah, the last 2 games that dropped were super disappointing.
It was shitty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why?
I went and bought the game, and Terry went and bought the game. I was like, yeah, we're gonna play this Turtles game together. Yeah, we couldn't even get online together. I was like, what the fuck?
The fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying?
I was like, what the fuck is this shit, man? I said, I bought this game and you can't get online. We're like, well, maybe our servers are down. I was like, well, all year?
Right, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Ubisoft servers. All right, so let's get into our second segment here, and we are actually talking about Xbox. Like, I can't believe it, but Xbox. There was a tweet. I know Austin is like, what the fuck? But there was a tweet that I guess Aaron Greenberg had put out, and they were salty as fuck, and it was a super innocent tweet. It was like, thank you to everyone who helped support Xbox One this holiday. NPD Group just reported our highest Xbox One December console share ever, and they said they outsold PlayStation 4. But they did not outsell Nintendo, though. Nintendo actually, when the final tallies, and Nintendo just there was no touching.
They were making bank.
Bank, real bank. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, what do you guys think about that? Like, does that tweet? Let me ask Austin, since he's our resident Xbox guy. Austin, does that tweet trigger you?
No.
You know he's gonna say no.
Right. I mean, like, was there anything about that tweet that like wanted you to kill Aaron or what?
I think it's not so much what he said. I think it's who said it. I know a lot of people get real salty anytime Aaron opens his mouth.
Yes.
Because he needs a PR person.
I think that's more what the issue was, is that he said it. If it was Phil or something, there would have been probably way less backlash.
I don't know. Like, Phil be fucking up too, though.
Well, see, I saw
not as bad as Aaron though. That's
true though. Aaron's super fucking up.
Everyone hates him, and it's kind of ridiculous. But like, if anybody else had said it, like, I think it would have been less. Like, it wouldn't have been as bad.
Yeah, that's because I was trying to find the controversy. I'm like, I read the tweet like 1,000 times. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's because people started getting salty because it's like because everyone that cares about sales numbers, they're always like, oh, PS4's #1 again and again, and then all of a sudden it's not, and everyone's upset now. So,
but it's like, so what? You know what I'm saying? Like, if Xbox outsold PlayStation during the holiday, that's good for the industry. You know, that means that there's still competition. That still drives the companies to do better. You know, that means that the shit still ain't up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? That means there's still a fight to be had. There's no, you know, you still got competition. And that's very, very important, you know, at least for the industry. You know, so that's, I don't know. I read that tweet and I kept going, like I said, going over, and it just literally could not find what the problem was.
See, I agree with that, but there was problems. There were certain PlayStation dudes that were triggered. I mean,
why were they triggered though?
That's what I'm saying, is because of the sales, and they're like, and anytime
when he first sent that tweet out, I saw certain PlayStation dudes. I'm not going to name names. So certain PlayStation dudes.
No, don't say the name. No, don't air them out. Don't air them out.
I ain't going to air out the water.
Say it with your chest.
But no, he came at him, and yeah, he came at Aaron and said, "Look, he goes, the way you're saying this tweet, the first one he said, he goes, it looks like PlayStation outsold Xbox." And Aaron tweeted back to the dude and said, "No," he goes, "I was just trying to be loyal and honest with the fans." He goes, "I was telling them, you know, the NPD numbers came in that Xbox is #2, PlayStation is #4." He goes, pretty much that was the salt where he threw to the PlayStation.
So that was okay. So that's where the salt came in when Aaron responded to the dude and said, "Yo,
he goes,
you
I was
need
just
to
trying to be
calm your
honest.
tits. You know, it's not that fucking serious. I just
Exactly.
said that the numbers came out. The numbers don't lie. Xbox was #2. Nintendo was #1. Sony was #4. Period. I mean, it's like." I mean, some dudes truly don't have nothing to do. Like, I get when sometimes when like Phil comes out and says some dumbass shit like single player games have no relevance and shit. That's the dumb shit right there that you should try to check somebody on or at least get clarity. But that tweet right there was super clear. It was just like, hey, congratulations to Xbox fans. You know, we did well on the holiday. We did better than expected. We were #2. We sold a hell of a lot of units. You know, shouts out to everybody. You know, and it was just like an innocent fucking tweet.
And that's what it was. And then, like I said, certain PlayStation dudes got salty and started, you know, trying to slice his throat.
Well, do you think? Let me ask you, Akeyles. Do you think Xbox can keep this up? Like, I mean, they have some good press right now. Do you think they can keep it up?
You talking about for January?
Yeah, for January. Yeah.
What games come out in January?
Dragon Ball.
For so no.
No, I don't either. Because right now, what is true, and I will say it, I know this will probably trigger Austin. what they need is exclusives. They need some more IPs, not just the regular Gears, Forza, and Halo. Like,
See, and I'm gonna say this again.
Exactly. I'm gonna say
Where are
that.
they gonna pull them out of? There's no way that they can win with this right now with anybody, because everyone keeps saying, "Oh, this is what they need." But if they acquired those, you still wouldn't see it for like another at least 4 years.
That's fine. Start acquiring them. Don't be out there like, you know what Kissman's been singing. All we got is Gears, Halo, and Forza.
You also got to take into
the
account, though, that
disconnected.
Sony PlayStation has been around longer than the fucking Xbox. They have a lot more time and a lot more freaking series under their belt that they can, you know, do exclusives on.
That's true.
Xbox doesn't have as many. They're not as old. They haven't been around.
No. I'm not. I'm not falling for that.
No. Weren't they killing it on the 360? And
Microsoft, exactly. They've been killing it on the 360. Plus, Microsoft's been around longer than Sony. They have tons of money. Microsoft does. They don't want to open up more IPs. They've even said they thought Xbox was failing.
Well, I don't know about all that. I mean, Xbox is not really. Here's the thing, though. Here's the misconception, though. Xbox is not failing, though. Like, Xbox is doing very, very well. Just for them to even be ahead and over PlayStation in December tells you something. That tells you that people want an Xbox. Like, people need an Xbox. I mean, that's what that tells you right there. That people say, okay, Xbox is offering shit that I want to do. And they're still supporting it, you know, especially with the one, like the X. Like, I wasn't expecting the X to do as well as it did just because of the price point. You know, the price point is kind of high to get into. But people put that fucking cash down. They said, hell no, I want an X. You know, I want that power. You know, I want
You're
that.
damn right.
Yeah, you know, especially trying to get closer to PC dudes, you know.
Yeah, there's people out there buying 2, 3 at a time for one person. I'm like, really?
Fuck that shit. Really? Who the fuck is doing it?
There's people out there buying like 2 to 3, for just themselves.
What?
Well, and then they sold them.
Yes, and they sold them. But, I mean, yeah, they're dropping $1,500.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but
Dude,
I mean, you could put $1,500 on a credit card.
They're just like, yo, bring me a Switch, fam.
Yeah, that's all I want. You know what I'm saying? Pull out that $2.99. You know what I'm saying? Get a brother a Switch.
That doesn't mean a whole lot, because you can put $1,500 on a credit card, and then if you sell the other ones, then
I know what you're saying.
And you sell them for more. You're what? You come back and you spend maybe $100 out of pocket. Like,
I know a boy that that bought 3 and he made profit. He kept one for himself, and he had all 3 of the Scorpio editions, but he made a profit.
How much profit did he make?
I hate those people. I do. I hate those people that go and they buy.
I'm gonna do you one. Here you go, Austin. I'm gonna give these people.
Let's just say there, Danny. He sold the other 2 Xbox Scorpios for $800 a piece.
Okay.
So that's his profit.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. He made a fucking profit.
He made we'll say $600-700 profit.
Shit. I wonder how long it took. God damn, you know what I'm saying? But how long did it take him to get there though? Like, did he take him long to sell it or what?
I don't know on that, but
he had trouble selling at least one of them for a bit. So.
Right. Because I mean, he had people coming down from like out of states to pick it up.
Damn, really?
Really?
Yeah, well, because they wanted that
bastard.
Scorpio edition right off the bat, right?
Yep. They wanted the Scorpio edition right off the bat.
And I know some of the smaller towns and stuff up down there, they sold out.
Right.
Paying for a damn sticker on the side.
It's on the front, Terry.
I know, that's all it is, Terry. That's really all it is.
It's on the front, Terry.
Yeah, on the side, on the front, in the fucking corner.
Terry's like, fuck
just
that.
Scorpio. I'll get a goddamn marker and I'll write on your damn Xbox for you.
And you get a controller that says it, and you get a stand. So
Terry said, fuck that.
Terry, like, fuck that bullshit.
somebody paid $300 additional just so they can have that little Scorpio sticker.
You
Exactly.
need the stand too.
The stand, you know what I'm saying?
And that stand probably cost them 10 cents to make.
Terry's salty and all.
Terry's like, fuck that system.
I ain't gonna lie,
You know
yo,
what
they
I'm
got
saying?
ripped off. They
Damn.
definitely got ripped off.
Yeah, there was some rippage there. You know what I'm saying? There was a little rippage. I mean, it was like, what did it really offer? I mean, it wasn't like custom firmware or anything. It was literally, it just had the Scorpio Edition stamp on it. And shit.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't more. It was exactly the same price if you pre-ordered that one.
Right.
It's like the day one editions.
That's
Oh
all
no,
it
I'm
was.
talking about the people that bought it from that guy Mike was
Yeah, that
Oh,
dude. That
yeah.
that dude.
Yeah,
They
no,
are
they got
fucking-
ripped off.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
That-
if you just bought the Scorpio edition like as is, there's nothing wrong with that. But like,
As-
if you paid
as good as-
$800, and then you got ripped off.
Yeah.
As Leon would say, they got their shit pushed in.
They did.
I know that motherfucker. Somebody had to connect the dots at some point. Like, damn, I really paid $300.
That's extra for this motherfucker. What the fuck?
Because it doesn't do anything else. So I know at some point, whoever sold this to them had to hype that shit up. Like, yeah, this is the super duper Scorpio edition. Yeah, like you know, like.
Well,
It's like okay, well, show me what it
They
do.
weren't gamers. They couldn't have been gamers that bought that shit.
I mean, I know that.
You know why they bought it? They bought it because they probably had kids and like, my baby boy or my baby girl wants a Scorpio.
Like, yeah, this is the new and improved Xbox, and this is the super duper Scorpio edition. It's
Super
limited.
Scorpio edition,
You're not
right.
going to be able to get it ever again. $300+. Thank you.
Then they'd be like, "What does it do?" They'd be like, "Oh,
It looks
plays
good.
Xbox
It
One
looks
games, and that's it." Yeah,
Comes in a
like-
special box.
He paid.
I know Terry don't like,
But
I know Terry probably doesn't like parents to do that for their kids. Spend like $800 on their kids. Say, here,
No.
here, baby boy.
Kids don't need that shit. Especially those freaking parents out there. If you're listening, I don't give a shit if you get pissed off at me. Anybody who goes and buys a goddamn expensive ass iPhone for your fucking little 5-year-old, you're fucking idiots. They don't need that. What are they gonna do? Drop it in their cereal? Come on.
I would be fucking pissed off though if I couldn't get a Scorpio edition, but I could get a 1X, and my kid bitched about that. Like,
Oh, I would be like, "You little motherfucker! Guess where you going in the corner? You going in the god? I want you to stand there
Put that
until your
motherfucker in the
knees
sleeper
touch your
hole."
feet. You know what I'm saying? You gonna stand in
you
that
wanna go
motherfucker?
night night?
You want to go night night, motherfucker? You want to bitch at me? I'm your daddy, and you telling me fuck me because I bought you an X, but not the Scorpio edition? Check this
I
out.
still in the line.
You better go
waiting.
print out a Scorpio sticker.
You about to
online.
get this,
Damn thing
Dad?
right back. Like,
Hell,
you know what? You clearly don't want this one. So
I'm
you're
coming
gonna
back.
get it
You know what I would do? I would take that back to come back with some handheld Tiger Electronics. Old school ass shit. I'm like, here's Sonic,
Go on
here's
eBay.
Wizards and
You better go
Warriors,
play
fucking
fucking
Aladdin.
pickup sticks.
Beauty and the Beast, all the Disney ones. There you go.
Beauty and the Beast, you know, like, Spider-Man.
A bag of marbles.
I'll be mad as fuck.
No, don't get him the marbles because he might use that to get back at you. He'll use them on the
Sure.
stairs.
Put some Home Alone
Coconut
shit on you.
The last thing you need is that you don't have a childhood vendetta against you. Don't give him fucking marbles.
I don't know. I'm starting to think Legos are worse, man. You ever step on a Lego with no
Oh
fucking
god,
This is so
yeah,
bad.
that shit is like fuck you.
That shit
shit
is
hurts.
death.
You're like, oh my god, my
No,
heel.
you're not, oh my god. No, you're not my oh my god. You're dropping F-bombs.
You're like, fuck, 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 fuck. No. I did a little bit of kind of like looking into some of the final numbers, and Nintendo did kill it though. Like Nintendo was so far ahead from the rest of the pack. I think they had like, I don't know, it was close to 1 million or something like that. And then Xbox was right behind that. But yeah, Nintendo was just like way ahead, literally more than I thought. That I thought was possible. So Nintendo must have met demand. They must have met demand somehow.
I have a controversial question, but
Shit.
has the PlayStation reached its ceiling? Like, do you think after?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly.
No.
Yeah, because
I
there's
don't
only
think-
so many people, and it's like, gamers, we only make up so much, of the industry, and it's other things that make it up as a whole. But, I think it has. That's a good ass question. I think it has another good year of like super sales, and then it's just going to be done. And it'll sell, but not like it is now. I think it is
And not
getting
because
to that plateau.
not
Yeah.
because it's a bad system or anything, but I think
Everybody
so
got
many
that
people
motherfucker.
own one. Yeah.
Everybody had that motherfucker. I'm gonna have it. That's how you know that's when you know it's reaching that plateau. When I finally buy it, it's like, damn, even Danny got that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's when you know. That's a good ass question, man. Yeah, I think so. I think who has the most to gain out of this whole thing is Nintendo. I think Nintendo, because then that spotlight is still shined, and it's like, it's almost like that. What do you call it? It's like the sheep mentality, and I hate to put it like that term, but it's like when you see Nintendo doing well, and you see them getting ahead of PlayStation or getting ahead of Xbox or rivaling PC or anything like that, it just looks good. And people always want to be part of shit that looks good, They say, damn, everybody getting this Nintendo, everybody talking about it, everybody doing it. I'm about to get me one of these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with PlayStation. PlayStation won with that. That's how they've been winning. PlayStation 4 came out the box. They had all these dope-ass games, and people were just like, shit, PlayStation's winning. I need to jump on that. I need to get that shit. And I think that's what's happening with Nintendo, too. I'm just surprised that Xbox is doing well. I really am. And it's not to downplay it. It's just, Xbox is doing great. Like, you look at the numbers and you're like, then you think about the trolls that you've seen and you're like, well, these motherfuckers truly just trolling because really Xbox is doing, like, quite fucking well. Like, it really is.
I wanted to say, like, two things to that, to speak to what you said.
Yes.
As far as, like, the PlayStation, what's cool about where PlayStation is right now is they can focus on other things. Like, if you notice now, people are starting to buy the PSVR. People are looking at different things with PlayStation. So they're not necessarily buying consoles, but they're going to be looking at the software and the accessories. And then with Nintendo and Xbox, I think because Xbox had a rough, generation, coming out with the Xbox One X and improving that is, kind of like they're starting fresh in a sense. But it's also an awkward space because we know that the next generation is upon us. So it's like how much time do they have with this One X? And then, Nintendo, like you said, they're starting off fresh. They're coming out, strong because, a lot of people right now, they're on the fence. Then you got a lot of people that are like gung-ho about it. But I think the fact that there are people that are on the fence just says that when they release something that those people want, they're going to buy the Switch. And those are more potential customers. Every time I hear somebody say something bad about the Switch, in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, it's only a matter of time before they convert.
Preston. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. Oh, shit, hold on. Is this? Hold on. Who? What? Eugene?
Oh, what's good, folks? What's good? What's good?
Oh, shit.
There's
hold
still
on.
something that needs to happen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Eugene. Eugene. Yeah, dude. You on the hot seat.
Too long.
You not going to be here too long? You said you're not? Nah, Eugene. I need your head on. I need your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? I do. People who don't know. For those of y'all who don't know, we did our Wheel of Misfortune show, and everybody signs up to get wrecked, and those who are on the show agree that you're going to be fucked over. Even our guest, Mr. Torque, was brave enough to ride that storm with us. And guess who dipped out when it was time for them to get wrecked? Eugene. And like I said, I have
had internet problems.
Yeah, he said he having internet problems. That motherfucker got no goddamn internet problems. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker got living up to his responsibility. Right. I can't tell. So here's what we need you to do. All right, you got one of two choices, Eugene. One, you need to straight up sing. Like, we need to get you set up right now, and I just fucked the rest of the show right now. We need to get you set up to do karaoke. or two, I need you to say that Mike is he's your king. He's better than you than every game, and you have to post that in Facebook, our room, gamers room. And you have to share it. We have to share it on Twitter. We have to share it on Twitter, and you have to write it, and it has to sound genuine. You know.
God damn.
Right.
And then I'll put you back here.
You gotta put it in the platform gamers. Like
Platform gamers. You have to tag. You have not only do you have to tag Mike, you have to tag us. You have to say that Mike is first of all better than you in Street Fighter.
Sure you do it.
you say that Mike is your daddy. You just get son.
Oh my God.
And
I'm not doing anything fruity like that.
Okay, well you got choices to make.
I'm not daddy.
So you either give us that daddy post about Mike, or we get them vocals. So you choose, and we're gonna give you a little time to choose.
Oh shit.
I'm waiting too. See what he got.
I'm waiting for his call to disconnect when the song ends.
That's what I'm thinking. So he knows he's going to dip out like, nah, I ain't singing.
Alright, so music is over. What say you?
I guess I'll do a post, but not tonight.
Oh no, it's tonight. It's got to be tonight. That's the rules. So I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on that that notification on my phone to pop up. So
let me just say this, Eugene. If it don't happen at midnight, I'm giving you the boot from the gamers, platform gamers. Woo!
Right. And
Mike,
like I said,
you got from life.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn. Real in these
He got real as fuck. I'm like, hold on. Maybe I
Mike
should
said,
rethink
I'm
this
giving
shit.
you the band hammer.
Exactly.
He said he banning the fuck out of you.
The force coming down. You can go sit on the sideline with Jay Quinton.
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie just tried to get back in too. Hold on, let me.
Isn't he in?
There's Eddie.
Where's Eddie? Is Eddie in?
He's trying to get
see
back
him.
in.
I see his box.
He's trying to.
There's his box. Okay,
He faded in and then fixed it on me. Y'all didn't even think about deflecting that shit on me.
Oh yeah, that shit is totally deflected. Eddie, ain't you Jake Whitten?
Ooh.
We need to settle this shit for once and all, dog.
Yo,
When is he coming on the show? We need to get Jay Quinton on the show and Eddie at the same damn time, so we can put this shit to an end.
Exactly. That's what
I'm telling you, Daddy. I'm telling you, Daddy. This is why Eddie had to dip out. He had to go talk to Jay Quinton. Say, look, man.
He had to go buy an actor.
Eddie, you gotta get this man on the show, Eddie. Holla at Jay. You know what? This would be the one time we should have a call-in line, so we can have Jay call in.
No, we're gonna need him on face cam.
Right.
I'm not Jay Quinton.
No avatar, so they're live.
We're gonna make a T-shirt. I am not Jay Quinton.
Right.
That would probably sell, and nobody will even get this joke. They just buy the shirt.
All right, so I see Death Gamer says I have Rick and Morty and Deadpool GTA mods. Please check them out and subscribe. I just hit 2,500. You know, here's what I'm about to do though. See, I'm just putting him on blast because he gets banned. See, Death Gamer gets dead. So let's go ahead and get his ass banned. And
what happened?
Unwanted pornography. I'm doing for pornography. Boom. He's banned from the motherfucking
YouTube.
shit. Let's go. See, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said something stupid on YouTube?
Yeah, somebody said something stupid. He's promoting this shit. And, you know, he got a quick shout out, but he also got banned in this bitch. So don't go follow his dumbass channel.
To the Phantom Zone.
I'm about to say, hey, Leon, he was just like this. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, poof, his ass is gone.
Watch my shit. Fuck y'all.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Come check me out. I got 2,500. Well, bitch, send up some over here. Motherfucker, we want 2,500 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe.
Oh, yeah. I have Rick and Morty and Deadpool mod. Please check them out. Like
Right.
it's at 20.
I don't
Fuck
like-
out of here.
Right. Get the
can't-
fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? He probably got a dick in his mouth the whole fucking episode and shit. You know, oh,
Like,
okay,
where-
oh. You know, that's how he's sounding, right?
I can't click on his name. Where did dude come from?
He comes from the poof land. Because his ass is poofed the fuck out of here.
All right, let's move on.
All right, so potluck news segment. Let's get into that. Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age is announced for PC. So, Terry, I know you hate Final Fantasy, but Akeyles, what do you think about that, bro?
Say that one more time.
Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age announced for PC.
I don't care.
Oh,
You
he's
know-
like, I don't care.
You know what? I'm with you on that, man. I'm all for like hearing like other games coming out for PC and shit. But like Final Fantasy 12 was trash to me. Like I did not like Final Fantasy 12 at all.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah, it's just like it was so fucking shitty. It was kind of like
That was to me that was like they're because I'm a huge Final Fantasy gamer, and when they brought out 12 and 13, that's when they started going downhill to me.
yes, absolutely,
They're-
Zach. You're right. It was some whack ass shit.
They
You're
were
right,
putting out
Zach.
they were putting out these trash ass games for Final Fantasy because I'm a diehard Final Fantasy gamer. Played them all, but
Yeah, me
12,
too.
13 was just god awful.
Well, and you had 13, and 13 played like 12 a little bit because you know
13
it was, because
13
reason why I
had,
say that the reason I said it because you can walk around kinda, and then like you have like your movement gauge and all that shit, you know, and it was the same thing. 12 was like that. It was like it wasn't really real time combat. It was like you still had your weight gauge, and then you would attack, but you could kind of position yourself in real time. But that shit was garbage to me. You know, like I played it, and I put some time into it too, but it was garbage.
And then they try to make it up to you with 13 by giving you 2 other sequels to 13. I'm like, really?
Well, 13.2 was okay.
You had 13.2 and you had 13.3 also, Return of Lightning.
Well, yeah, Lightning Returns was actually better than the other two, but it still was like, I love the graphics though. Graphics was dope as fuck on those games, yeah. But that shit
They
was
were
like,
okay.
well, 12 sucked all around. I didn't like the graphics on 12 at all.
Right. See, I liked 15. I liked the Final Fantasy 15. I thought it was decent.
Eddie, did you like Final Fantasy 12?
He's not here.
Eddie gets. Hold on.
I'm here.
Eddie,
I got
okay,
you
but
on
you.
mute. I'm here.
I was about to say you
Oh,
keep
okay, he's like,
disappearing
okay.
now.
I've been listening the whole time.
All right, so what you think, Final Fantasy 12, man? Are you a fan of that version or what?
I mean, I played it. It was cool, but something about it it's something about it I didn't like. I can't put my finger on it.
I bet you it was the combat. Combat was too like methodic. It was just like it was like I didn't. Yeah, it was like I set my character over here, and then I gotta wait for him to attack. It was like
I liked it.
I tried.
You
I
like
tried it
12?
twice.
Yeah, I liked 12. And then I
couldn't
bought.
fuck
Damn,
with
what
it.
is that noise?
Damn, what the fuck? Somebody sound like they backing that motherfucker up. Back that thing up.
He's got
Is
that
Jay
dial.
quitting? You got dial up. You got AOL over there, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's like he was straight connected to the internet, didn't it?
He on Black Planet.
Actually, no, I'm
Oh
outside now.
shit!
I played Final Fantasy 12 when it first came out. I had the PS3, but I bought it because it came out on PS2.
Mhm.
And I think it was the combat. I wasn't feeling the combat. I was still used to the turn-based style, and then when it came out again, I got used to Final Fantasy 15. So it was like, nah.
I like Final Fantasy 15. About you, Eddie?
Oh, I love Final Fantasy 15. I platinum that.
Let's see. It was
Oh
a
yeah,
good
you
game.
did. You did. I watched that. Shit.
It was a good story. I liked it.
Well, it's
then
coming out for
I read-
PC soon, so
I read they was
Oh.
doing Final Fantasy Versus 15.
Danny,
where it's
day
gonna be like an
24 month
alternate
edition.
story.
yeah, day 24 months edition. Fuck you. Hold on, Eugene. Eugene.
So,
Until you redeem yourself. Yeah, I'm just gonna randomly take a life from you, bro.
Mike, was that a Vegeta gut punch to Jordan or what?
Huh?
That was a damn Vegeta gut punch Eugene just did to you.
Yeah, it was. But hold on. I got a question for you, Eddie.
Yeah.
What did Jay Quentin think of Final Fantasy 15?
I have absolutely no idea.
Why, Mike?
Right, Mike. Leave it alone.
I'm just messing with you, Eddie. I'm just messing with you.
Let's get him in here. We can start off.
I'm telling you right now.
He's dropping.
God is my witness. I'm not that guy.
I just like busting your chops about it.
All right. Wish Preston was here because he would be hype. Deadpool 2 release date was moved up to May 18th. Like, Deadpool is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time, honestly.
Damn,
and I know Terry probably triggered behind that because she probably
salty.
didn't.
She's salty.
I know she didn't like Deadpool, but Leon, what you think, man?
I'm kind of up there with Terry. I wasn't crazy about Deadpool.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that.
No, I ain't coming in the wall.
Austin, Deadpool 2 moved up. You want to see it?
I don't know if maybe I'll go see it. I don't know, but I'm hoping that it.
What the fuck is Eddie doing? Like, what is that? I hope it's safe for YouTube and shit. What the fuck is he doing? You know what I'm saying?
Hitting up the connect.
Yo, can I get that bag? You know what I'm saying? I already know. He's like, come on in here. Hey, don't show your face. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 for 20. Akeyles, Deadpool 2. Is that something you want to see?
You said me? I couldn't hear over.
Yeah, you Akeyles. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I liked the first movie. It was a 8 for me, 8.5. So I'm definitely want to see this next Deadpool movie.
I'm hoping that they don't go for like a romance storyline again. That was my only issue with the first movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Is I was like, really? They had to go for the whole romance story, but other than that, I thought it was good.
Sure, Terry. I know you hated it. Like, what was throwing you off about Deadpool? Because I know you saw.
I just don't like Deadpool as a character. He's just.
Why not?
Well, not the fourth wall. But the fourth wall is annoying, but that's not enough to hate the guy. It's the fact that he's I forgot what they call it. He's basically a Mary Sue, but he's not a Mary Sue because the Mary Sue is the female term. There's actually a term for the male version. I don't remember what the hell it's called, but he's basically a Mary Sue.
Doofus.
And that annoys me. I cannot stand characters like that where they're untouchable because there's just no point. You need conflict. There's no conflict if nothing can kill him or hurt him.
But that's the point of his character.
I know, and that's what's annoying because it makes no sense, and it's boring because it's like, what's the point?
It's not boring.
Why am I sitting here watching you do this? I know you're not gonna die.
But you can say that for Superman.
It's called fun.
Superman does die.
And Superman is not an interesting
No, he
character.
doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He comes back.
Yeah, Superman doesn't die.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a Deadpool game way before I play a Superman game.
I can't stand Deadpool. I don't find him funny. I just find him obnoxious and annoying. And
Danny is done.
I can't deal with him. I can't deal with him. Fuck Deadpool. He's not funny. He's just annoying and obnoxious.
That's what makes him funny.
He's not funny. He just needs a.
He is funny. He is funny.
He's funny as fuck to me and shit.
He's not funny.
Terry, who makes you laugh? Who makes you laugh? Who makes you go ha ha ha?
She's like Bella Lugosi.
Who gives you that evil Skeletor laugh?
Carrot Top.
I can't stand that humor.
Terry doesn't like comedy.
I am interested to see what Terry. Terry, what's your favorite comedian? Who's your favorite comedian right now?
I don't like obnoxious, raunchy ass, You
Terry,
know,
I would really like to know. I want to ask
10-year-old
you,
comedy.
Terry. Let me
Alright?
ask you,
And
what's
most
your
of the
favorite
adult
comedian
comedy
right
that's
now?
popular right now is stuff that you laughed at when you were fucking 10. I mean, come on, you're not fucking 10. We don't need to keep laughing at
Terry,
fucking jokes.
you're not answering my question.
It's not
Terry,
funny anymore.
you're not answering my question. Who's your favorite comedian right now?
I don't watch any stand up.
Oh my lord!
Yo, she gave me that
I think
dodge.
that's what's.
All right, let me ask you this: what's the funniest?
The last comedian that I did watch was Wanda Sykes, but I haven't watched any stand up.
I love Wanda Sykes.
Well, wait,
I
hold
give you
on.
that. Wanda Sykes is funny as fuck. Yes.
The last
stand-up, I'll be right back.
You said watched. You didn't say that you thought was funny.
Dude, the last stand-up I just watched was Dave Chappelle, his newest one.
Oh, I can't stand Chappelle. Like Chappelle.
All right, so Terry, answer me this.
He's obnoxious.
Terry, answer me this. What's your most funniest movie? Like, it can be old, it can be new. What was the funniest movie you've ever seen? Oh God, Terry!
Oh, no.
You have such a dark heart right now. She's like,
I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
movies
even if you asked me what my favorite movie was, I couldn't answer you. If you asked me what the most emotional movie was, I could not answer you.
Which one have you watched that was super funny recently?
I don't watch movies that much. I'm too busy and doing my thing. I don't have time for movies.
Or comedy.
I'll say.
I'm just interested to know because Terry is a dark heart. So I'm trying to, even though she loves kids and care about kids, it's like fuck adults though. I see that. I see that brewing in her. She's like I don't know.
It was like when me and Terry watched Deadpool together on the app we use and. There was two other people. We were sitting there
laughing.
This is how I looked the whole time I watched
Exactly. I see
Deadpool.
that.
This is the most emotion that
That's what she was. She was sour. She was sour. She was bitter. But the other three of us, like me and the other two people, we're sitting there laughing, cracking up, tears in her eyes. She just was like a bitter.
But Terry is hard to please like a motherfucker. God damn.
I was like, this is dumb and a waste of my time.
Terry is so hard. Well, let me ask you this: when you watched Wanda Sykes, did you like it?
Yeah, I like Wanda Sykes. Until she got into her over political comedy, then I lost interest. But other than that, I mean, I find her funny.
Okay. I just want to make sure Terry laughs.
Chris Rock is funny. I like Chris Rock. I do.
You like Chris Rock? Okay, all right.
I do. But I mean, there's just certain comedians that annoy the shit out of me.
You know Dave Attell? You know who that is? You know who Dave Attell is?
Who?
I don't think
Dave
so.
Attell. You know Brian Regan?
No.
No. You know Earthquake?
Nope.
Nope. Fuck. All right, Bruce.
Joe Rogan. I haven't watched
Bruce
him.
Willis. He's not even a comedian, is he?
Bruce, not Bruce Willis.
He's not a comedian.
I'm like Bruce Willis. His ass would be the worst comedian ever. All right, let me just climb out of this trap. Black Panther has set pre-sale sales records. Like,
hold on,
Black Panther's doing it big right now. Yeah.
Hold on.
Make sure you clean it up, Mike. Because I know you're getting ready. Hold on, Mike. Make sure you clean that motherfucking shit up.
All I was gonna say is you all better buckle up.
Okay, all right. Well, that was clean.
Mike, you saw it already?
No, I didn't see it already. I was just messing with Eddie. But I'm saying buckle up because Eddie's got a lot to say on this one. I know he does.
Oh, shit. So, Jay Quentin, what do you think?
Oh.
I mean,
Eddie. Yeah, we're talking to you, Eddie. We know you got a lot to say about Black Panther.
So what you think, man? Isn't that amazing, dude? Oh, Eddie. Here we go. We can't hear you, bro. You're muted.
Oh, I can hear him. I heard him.
I can hear him.
Maybe I got him fucked up. Oh yeah, I got you. I had you turned down. My fault, man. Hold on. All right. Let me do this. All right, Eddie. All right, and then I'll go. right, I'll take the hit for that.
And then he already knew what time it was. He's like, hold up.
Hell yeah, oh fuck! I saw it. It was on me.
For this shit to sell more than Captain America: Civil War, which was basically the best Marvel movie that had, to me, out. And don't get it twisted, Thor Ragnarok is the shit too. I wasn't seeing that doing my little sabbatical doing work. But Black Panther gonna be the shit, man. And the thing about it is, to me, I feel like it's a lot of motherfuckers trying to damn like do some underhanded shit right now. Like, come on, man. Fucking Stan Lee is 98 fucking years old. How the hell are you gonna sit back and say, oh, he sexually assaulted me, or he asked me to jack his dick? It's too fucking late for that shit. This motherfucker old. Leave Stan Lee alone. Why didn't you say that shit when Spider-Man was coming out? Why didn't you say that shit?
I don't know anything you said right now.
Eddie.
Yo.
I don't agree with blaming the victim.
I don't know what happened there.
I am not Kevin Spacey.
Do you guys?
Bullshit.
Do you guys?
He's laying on dudes and shit. Yeah, that you know. Look, listen. I don't even know where to begin because I don't know how we got on motherfucking Stan Lee and shit.
I read that shit, man. The motherfuckers accused of Stan Lee for sexual harassment.
I read
what
it.
What the fuck?
Akeyles.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit!
That shit was wild as fuck, man.
Do you guys remember back in the day? There was the dude that was the Leave Britney Alone guy.
Right.
That's Eddie right now. Leave Stanley alone.
Leave Stanley alone. He did nothing to nobody.
You know what? If Stan Lee was touching people, he's a fucking scumbag. Honestly, I mean, regardless of how much of a fan I am of his work. If you are a scumbag, you're a scumbag, you know? And if that's what he did, if it comes out that he did that shit, you know, he's a fucking, you know, he's a scummy bastard. And he should get any vitriol. Anything that he receives, it'll be well earned. Now, if it comes out that he isn't and he's innocent, you know what? Like I said, I'm a fan. And you never know until shit comes out. Now, they did say that, but there was no fucking proof. It could have been a TMZ.Z story. Who knows? But, you know, until we get some confirmed shit, I see it like this. Stan Lee, if you didn't do it, man, huge fan. Fuck them. If you did do it, I hope your old ass choke on an acorn. You know what I'm saying? But it just depends on what happened. That's how I feel about it. But what I was asking was about Black Panther. I was trying to pick your brain because there was always this stigma in Hollywood that whenever you put like a black star, and I don't want and I hate getting political. I hate getting super political with the show. Because I want to keep it separate from what we talk about, but it's almost like you can't separate it with this instance. And, you know, Hollywood, there's always been this stigma that if you do black leads or you have a black person that's kind of like in the helm of the movie, it doesn't make as much as like having like a white lead or, something other than somebody black leading the movie. And that's always been kind of a stigma. It's never been really true because you look at movies like with Denzel Washington and Will Smith and all these movies that have like black leads. Even Girls Trip. Remember how amazing Girls Trip did? Girls Trip sold like astronomical at the box office. And, but I think that's where this comes. I think this comes to the head right there. It's like this final plateau. It's like we reached out to all these different genres, whether it be comedy, action movie, horror, and now we got superhero. And it's this big old thing. And then to hear this come out that they broke pre-sale records and, Star Wars can't fuck with it. None of these other movies that are well-established franchises couldn't even fuck with it.
The shit ain't even released yet.
It ain't released yet. And I think
all they got is trailers and posters.
It's just amazing to see that. And I think that's just a personal thing, me being a person of color. It's just really good to kind of see these stories because they don't, get out there
Make you
much.
feel good, Danny?
It do, man, and it just make me feel good just as a whole, because it's like, we can be box office. We can be a box office draw. We can make the money in Hollywood. It don't always have to be about certain stereotypes. It don't always have to be about
Don't have
thugs.
to be no sidekick.
It don't have to be a sidekick. It's like we can do the genres that can carry franchises, like superhero movies,
royalty.
action movies, royalty. All these different tropes that we kind of break free of, and it's just interesting to see that. Eugene, I'm gonna go to you. What do you think, man? Oh, Eugene, let's go. Let's get this out the way.
Motherfucker sleep.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
how you
let's
feel.
let's
That's insightful.
and then he instantly goes, boom, he's muted. So, Leon, what you think, bro?
I mean, I don't know. What is there to say? People are hyped to see this movie. I think it's dope because from a
What
cultural
you smoke before the podcast, man?
Damn, man, this is
Shit, damn, hold on.
I'm trained to
be
know
happy.
this shit.
Don't tell nobody.
Yo, Eddie.
Yo.
So, yeah, like I was saying, how I am now, that's probably how I'm going to go to see that motherfucker.
We still talking about Black Panther?
Yes, we are, because of Eddie. Because Eddie went on a whole different rant about motherfucking.
But I do have something to say.
I mean, are we still talking about Black Panther? Because Black Panther is
Yes,
what,
Mike. Yes,
is,
Mike. Hold on, Mike. It's my
hold
turn
on,
to talk.
I got something to say.
It's my turn to talk.
You talk. I'll talk next after you.
I got 6%, and plus I got to make a stop.
I was before I got accused of doing something illegal.
Right.
Nah, fucking. I think what it is in this day and age with the internet, and you have a lot of famous people with positions of power that used to kind of have control over what gets out and what doesn't get out. Now we live in an age where you can pretty much put something on the internet, and if it's not true or not, it's getting out there. And some of these guys have done some shit in their past, I'm sure. You seeing all this shit with Harvey Weinstein. And, people have been saying for years that it was like that in Hollywood. Like, I think the Feldman actor, Corey Feldman, but there was another dude. The two Corys, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Corey Haim and Feldman, yep.
Yeah, they were saying that, shit like that's been going on in Hollywood for years and shit. So, it sucks because it kind of puts like a dark cloud over the movie. But, if it's true, you can't, what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like people, when someone's famous, it's like people don't want to believe anything negative. It's like, oh, that could never be true because I love what they do. And it's like, that's why they do what they do. That's why people do shit like that, because they know people are going to respond that way. Yeah.
Akeyles, I know you wanted to chime in. I don't know which portion you want to chime in on. Do you want to chime in on Black Panther, or do you want to chime in on Jake Quentin's? Eddie's shit that he was talking about.
He left.
He said he'd be back.
I guess.
Dude, I just got back. I had to answer. Listen, I just got back because I answered the front door because the cops.
All right, let me know when it's my time to talk.
Right.
I had 2 cops at my door. That's why I had to step away.
They were looking. No, they were looking for Jake Quentin.
You got this thing called like a text chat. Where, like,
right.
Talk
All right,
about
go ahead, Akeyles. Go ahead, Akeyles.
Podcast stuff, and y'all should like get that up.
Right, I'm looking at chat right now.
What was I saying? About the lady coming out. Of course, she couldn't come out. Like, she had that much fear. Just like she came out now, and we already have somebody coming at her. Without any kind of trial or anything like that.
Like, shut up, let the movie come out, bitch.
It's fucking Stan Lee. how dare you?
Take one for the
kids
team.
go. Yeah. But the movie's gonna be well, I can't say it's gonna be great or not because it's not out yet. But the main thing I think that people are flocking to is that it's a movie with like a lot of African Americans. Oh no, a lot of dark colored people.
It's sad
we're
we
not
can't even,
sure.
like describe ourselves anymore.
Right?
We don't even know what to call ourselves. We're just people.
Black African Americans, I guess. I don't know.
Urbanites. We're urbanites.
It has a lot of us in it, and it's not any kind of negative stereotype, and it's more about this culture because we're missing culture. It got erased. 500, 600 years ago, it got erased. So it's about a fictional culture that's out there, and it just appeals to us because it makes us feel richer whenever you watch it. I mean, whenever I see a trailer or anything like that, I'm like, man, this could have been like our culture, but that's just my feeling on it, and I feel like that's why it's drawing a lot of people into it because when you see stuff like that, it kind of just appeals to you.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Terry, I know you like a good movie that's actually good. Like, what are you somebody who wants to see Black Panther, or are you more kind of like another superhero movie? Fuck that.
I saw the trailer to it, and it didn't really look that appealing to me.
So was it like more of the same superhero shit? Like, okay, dudes are flying around and fucking bullshit, and the story's gonna be trash. That's what you're thinking?
I don't know. I think from what they were showing, it was, I don't know. From what I saw, that they weren't the trailer I saw didn't have enough superhero vibe. It was more just a man in his backstory.
I think that's kind of where they were going with that too, because Black Panther, you have fans, and then you have people who just don't know. Like they don't know that story of how, he came into that universe. So I think you should check it out. I think you should give it a chance and kind of just give us your take on that, because it would be interesting for somebody who kind of like doesn't really pay attention to that type of universe to kind of see it. Because then you can kind of see it for what it is, instead of us who are like super fans and just want to fucking like want it to be everything. I kind of want to get your take on that. So if you do decide to see it, let me know, because then we'll do it on the movie show, or at least I'll put your opinion out there on the show on Saturday.
When does it premiere?
It premieres. It's like it's Friday or something like that, right? Or
Let me check my Cody.
Hell yeah! Oh shit! I was just about to do that. I'm like, should I pull it up on the
support it?
No, I'm not. I'm going to support the shit out of it.
I mean, I might not. I ain't gonna lie. I might not, but still, I'm there in spirit,
Oh shit! Here we go.
Oh boy.
It is coming out. It looks like
Mike's calling the cops.
Is
we
it
have a pirate over here?
Is it an obligation if if you're black to go see this movie? Like, do you feel some type of way if you don't go?
February 16th is when it drops.
I mean, they dropped it in February.
It is Black History Month, like a motherfucker, though.
Racist on the low. It was kind of racist on the low, yo. Like, yeah, go get your Black History on. What if I don't want to? What if I don't want to?
We'll go see it in March. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna pirate it when it gets released in Cody. All right, I got you.
And I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it after Black History.
All right, let's climb out of that, because I'm getting. I want to get too
political.
Right? Yeah, because I'm getting there, and I want to make a comment. I want to go further into it, but our movie podcast is tomorrow, so we'll go further deep into like some of the politics behind Hollywood and Black Panther. So we'll go deeper in that tomorrow night, 8ish, 9ish, same channel. So check us out then. Next up, Sea of Thieves closed beta starts January 24th. Anybody hype? Anybody getting Sea of Thieves? Austin, I know you like it.
Ooh.
Well, I played the alpha finally when they released it to everybody.
Oh, they finally let everybody play the alpha?
Yeah, and then but only for like a little bit, and then I'm gonna try the beta out. It's supposed to add a bunch more stuff, so that'll be cool.
Is there a jump button?
Yes.
That's all the fuck I want to know.
Dude's damage control.
Dude, I cannot believe he came in with that. That's, anyway. I think the beta will also be available on PC. So I'm not sure, but you have to pre-order it to get in. I don't know if I want to pre-order it though. It's like
I don't know how to feel about that game.
It looks great, but it's like I don't know.
It looks like a game that I wouldn't want to pay $60 for. That's the problem I have with it. Like
I'll pay $60 for it. It's just something I don't know. Something is holding me back about. I cannot put a finger on it on what it is, but something's like holding me back from fucking doing anything with that game. But I do want to get into that beta. They said they are letting some people in the closed beta without pre-ordering, but you get your guarantee and you get your guarantee in it if you pre-order this month. I'm like, I don't know.
The reason why I feel like it's not like I don't know if it's a $60 game, but from what I've heard, people's impressions who've played it is not a lot of objectives outside of what they offer you, and they're hoping that when it actually is released, that's something that is improved. Because if not, it kind of gets like to a point.
That's the whole thing. Is like people were saying, like, I know Preston's been droning on, and he won't shut up every time he says it. But he just every time Sea of Thieves gets brought up, he's like, "Oh, I don't know. There was nothing to do," and it's like, but it was an alpha, like
right. It's like just barely nothing to do in
the
alpha.
Had it like all you could really do was just kind of mess around on the ship and then find some treasure and fight a couple skeletons, and that's pretty much it that you could do in the beta, or in the alpha. But in the beta, they're supposed to be adding a bunch more stuff. So
they said they're adding quests. They're going to have the full quest system in. It's going to be like PvP, PvE, VP, like. You know,
and how does that work? Because that's another thing I'm kind of curious
PvE,
about. Like,
VP, it's the same thing like H1Z1. It's like you got monsters and shit that you fight plus people. So not only are you trying to survive and fight skeletons and shit, but you can get jumped by skeletons and another player, which would be fucking dope, actually. I love those type of games anyway. So, but I don't know.
It's online only, right?
Yeah, it is.
No,
it's only online.
No, it's offline. It has an offline story.
Really. You can kind of just go on and do your own thing and because it's essentially you just like have a lobby, and then you just kind of do whatever from there, and you can have like a private one or you can have an open one.
So there's some form of progression, like there's a progression system.
Yes, there's leveling. They said story as well as quest progression. Which is amazing because those type of games I've always felt needed some sort of quest system like Rust. Like I know I talk about Rust a lot, but as much as I love Rust, I wish it had kind of like a small quest system. I mean, they kind of do, but it's not like I go here, I can level up, I can meet NPCs, I can fight. It's more so the quest is like, okay, can you keep your shit? And and when you go to sleep and you wake up, is your base still there? You know what I'm saying? That's really all it is. But some more quest shit would be nice. So and they're saying they're bringing that, which is very, very interesting. I just hope they can pull it off. Maybe Austin, you should stream it or something, man, so I can watch you play it, and that'll I trust your judgment. So if you say it's dope, I might do it.
What game's that?
Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
Did you just wake up, Mike?
Right,
no,
Mike was on the phone with the police telling them where Jay Quinn was.
I was on the I was on the phone because my sister called. I called my sister and let her know the cops are here.
Okay, can we elaborate? Look, what the fuck is the cops doing there?
Over there,
right,
that's
what you got in that big ass mattress over
right,
there.
You know he got the motherfucking money in there. The money's in there. I know where it is.
I'm telling you right now, I'm hiding Jen Quinton in that mattress.
That's fucked up.
They showed up my door. It's kind of odd. It was like 11 o'clock at night, even at that.
What the fuck they doing, though? They had to ask you, like, sir, are you harboring any criminals in this bitch? Are you playing Peach Beach? Do we need to check your PC? Is that what they said?
But no, they came in after they kicked their boots off, and they wanted to know if I saw anything like suspicious outside lately, or heard anything suspicious or drug wise. I was like, no. I said I usually stay inside my house. I said I don't go anywhere hardly at all. I said I keep my doors locked at all times.
Oh shit, man!
No, I don't live in the hood. I don't think I do.
He's dealing with that. He's dealing with the Amish mafia out there.
That's what it is.
Some of the craziest crimes be going down in the suburbs.
They're like, someone kicked a door in here at the apartment and stole a bunch of shit. I said, well, it wasn't me.
Somebody got their shit kicked in.
Yeah, they got their shit kicked in. God damn, Mike, man. Be
like,
careful, dude.
They're like, you're not in trouble.
You better be careful, Mike. You're going to be playing Dragon Ball Z. Somebody going to
exactly.
Hit you with that Kamehameha through the door. You know what I'm saying? You better you better be careful, man. Next
they looked around and saw there's... They walked around my house and after that a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, so you're a gamer, ain't you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a gamer."
Mike got raided
during the podcast.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, give us your shit.
You got a lot of, the officers are like, "You got a lot of games consoles." I said, "Yeah." So I got a PlayStation, 2 Xboxes.
They was probably the motherfuckers robbing.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, we gonna get this."
Dressed up as cops.
Yeah, you better be careful, man. Check them badge numbers.
You ain't seen Home Alone, motherfucker? You ain't seen Home Alone 1?
Dude, I'd be calling Danny first, like, yo, send help, bring help.
Yeah, man, motherfucker, don't call me. Call 911, motherfucker. Don't call me. Next up, we got Devil May Cry. Now, Devil May Cry has got some fucking controversy. The HD collection looks like dog shit on PS4.
At least you can jump.
Yeah. At least you can.
The game looks so bad that it looks like Jay Quentin made the game.
Oh no! Come on now. Hold on. Right. Mike.
The Jay Quentin jokes are starting to get corny.
Right, Mike.
Starting to get corny.
Not everything's a
Right. So, Terry, I need you to avoid this HD collection at all costs. I know you haven't played Devil May Cry, and if I may suggest 3 games to play, they have Devil May Cry 3 on PC, as well as DMC, and Devil May Cry 4. You should play those. And if you want to really get into like Devil May Cry 2, I think was dope, but it doesn't hold up well. So I think you should start at 3, go to 4, and then play DMC, which was the reimagining of Dante.
She needs to start with 1. That's what she needs.
Well, 1, it doesn't hold up well, and that was part of the problem. Like HD collection, they showed some screenshots from it, and I swear to God, I threw up in my mouth a little. I could not believe how.
That's why I think these remasters are funny, because they be remastering some of these games, but you don't realize you don't want to go back. You know,
man, I swear to God, like Final Fantasy VII. Oh my God, that is the shittiest looking game I've ever seen in my life.
Yo, go back and play some of these old N64 games, man. You be like, what the fuck was I playing? How did I know what direction I was going? Like,
you're like, what the fuck kind of game is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did I support this shit?
Superman 64 remaster. Let's go.
Oh God, that shit was. Please, you know,
don't make me think Energies. Remember?
Oh yeah, dude.
I went to play that game, man. That shit looks so choppy and shit. I'm like, yo.
Like, damn, they shoulders sharp as fuck. You know, what
shoulders all blocky.
Yeah. Nope. You know, but it looks so trash. Like, dude, you should see
like
it,
NBA
man.
NBA Live, yeah.
Man, like even like because it's the HD collection, so there's like 3 and 4 in there, and 4 of course looks amazing anyway. It was already dope. But how do you fuck up 3? Like, I was looking at the screenshots for 3, and I could not believe how shitty it looked. Hell, the PC re-release for 3 looks dope as fuck. But the HD collection version looks like shit. Like, straight dog shit. I know, Mike, you're a Devil May Cry fan.
Yes.
Like, are you getting the HD collection? Please say no.
Probably not.
Yeah, that shit is trash. You know, I could not believe, and there was so much ire on, like, because Capcom released the screenshots on Twitter, And I swear to God, if you look at that comment section all the way down, people are like, "What is this for?" And then Capcom will reply and say PS4 and PC, and they're like, "What? Don't release this shit on PS4. Don't release this trash on PC. PC don't need this shit. So you probably need like 1 gig of RAM to run this motherfucker." Like they were shitting on it so bad.
While we're talking about Devil May Cry, the game designer that's making Devil May Cry 5, the one that originally made Devil May Cry 1, he has been tweeting out also. I don't know if you've been seeing that there, Danny. He said that he wants to go for a new game design.
I saw that.
He kind of wants to go with like God of War.
No.
They're thinking about taking out that jump button.
No, fuck that. No.
The game's going to be in a boat.
Can you imagine Dante not jumping?
It's like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like that was my thing with Eddie. It's like, dude, I cannot believe you're supporting a no jumping Kratos. Like,
I'm not supporting it, but
even in the trailers, it shows him straight jumping. Like, jumps on a troll, jumps on top of this thing. He's jumping. But we can't make him.
All I'm saying
it's gonna be QTE
is Mass
jumps.
Effect was great with no jumping. The one game they added jumping was shit.
Okay, but that's Mass Effect.
They added it.
Right, that was Ass Effect. That was Ass Effect, but that wasn't God of War, though.
So you don't need to jump.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, the fuck you do. For God of War, you do.
If you start the series with jumping, why would you take it out down the road?
Except for like the mobile ones, but I have played them.
The problem.
Thanks for stopping through, Zach. Go ahead.
Is that Mass Effect doesn't have like a combo meter thing, so Terry thinks they're the new one's the same game. So.
No, you don't need a damn combo meter.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
I need a combo meter.
I hope they don't remake Onimusha, man. Like,
I need a combo meter.
Onimusha, I can't.
If they did that to Onimusha, because I don't think you could jump at Onimusha.
Yeah, Onimusha was more. There was no jumping. But see, here's the thing: some games have jumping, right? And it's integral to the core mechanics. And then you have some that are built like that. Like when he was talking about Heavenly Sword. Heavenly Sword was good for what it was, but I felt like it did, and I felt like it could have benefited from a jump because it was literally built like God of War. Same type of camera angles and all that, but there was no jumping. And it was very jarring to kind of play that and be stuck on the ground. You know, that's just like playing like if Devil May Cry. Like if Dante couldn't jump, that game would be like trash. Like honestly, because it's like there's no traversing. You're just basically walking and swinging. There's no.
They're trying to make it like Bloodborne.
It looks like they're trying to make it like they're trying to make it like where you're stuck on the ground. You're not really jumping unless you combo jump like. Like with Heavenly Sword, like where you'll swing up and you'll automatically go into the air and shit, but not really jumping. Yeah, that's.
Did you watch the interview there, Danny?
With Barlog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Yes.
He even said there was in way you grow and travel in the game, 30% of the 30 to 40% of the time you'll be in a boat.
I want a scene where Kratos is rowing a boat up a mountain.
I know what you said there, Austin. I heard
that would be so shitty. Like if I bought a PlayStation 4 for God of War and I get this game and it triggers me, here's what I'm gonna do. I swear to God,
you're gonna sell your PlayStation. PlayStation.
I'm taking it to GameStop, GameFlop. I'm gonna get as much credit. I'm telling you, I'm getting as much credit as I can. I'll probably get nope. I'm getting some Steam cards. I'm gonna get some Steam cards, and then I'm gonna try to buy.
Wouldn't you just make more sense?
You need to buy a Switch.
That's
what you need to do.
Yeah, that's
well, I plan on having the Switch too before PlayStation. So I plan on having the Switch before getting a PlayStation 4. So
you've been saying that since last year.
I know, but I've been broke since last year. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm kind of climbing out of my hole.
Got time.
I'm climbing out of my hole, so it's closer than you think. I know y'all think I'm bullshitting, but I swear to God, it's closer than you think. I'm getting a Switch, and
Why can't they just make God of War great?
But he also said in that interview, I know Danny heard it, that certain naysayers are hoping the son's going to die. He said he will not die.
What?
Do I care? Well, hold on. You know what?
Like that?
I know. Look, I honestly will probably love the dynamic between Kratos and his son. I just want him to jump. That's all.
Because Kratos needs to be miserable.
I want a combo meter, and I want him to jump.
That's why these people probably want the kid to die, because Kratos needs to be miserable.
That is true too.
Vengeful.
Kratos is at his best when he's getting fucked over.
If he has a son and he's happy, then what's the point?
Kratos is gonna.
He needs a reason. He needs a reason to be on a rampage. He has no reason to rampage.
All I'm saying.
Plus, that kid's annoying as fuck too.
I saw gameplay.
Like, fuck this kid.
Right? She is like, fuck this kid.
I hope he gets eaten by a hydra.
I saw gameplay. Yes, Terry's gonna be triggered because he's gonna be doing a lot of backseat driving.
Oh, I saw the freaking that little bit they showed us before, and I was like, can you unmute the kid?
No, you can't.
There better be a patch that make just a sound bar just for him, so I can mute that little shit.
You can't.
They're gonna have in the options mute that little shit.
You're gonna have to listen to his you're gonna have to listen to his wonderful voice and backseat driving.
No, that's
the game's gonna connect to your mic, and the more you complain about the kid, the higher his voice goes.
I'm just gonna mute all dialogue. I'll just mute all dialogue, and I'll just go off of ambiance, and that's it.
And then you try to shut off the sound, and it doesn't shut off.
Exactly.
And then you try to unplug the TV, and it stays on.
Terry would be so triggered. Like, I would please stream that. If that happens, please stream it. It's like,
how would you do that? I mean, why would you even do that? Shut off the whole dialogue. You wouldn't know what's going in the story.
Subtitles.
That's no.
I would do subtitles.
That's like old school RPG and shit.
I would do subtitles just to understand. It'd be no different than you playing an anime game. You don't understand what they're fucking saying. That's why you have English subtitles on. Same damn thing. Just turn that little fucker off. I'll have my subtitles. I'm good to go.
You watching them anime movies? The girls sound extra horny for no reason.
Yeah.
Mike be liking that shit. Mike be like, ooh.
It might be moist as fuck listening to that shit.
Oh,
all right.
Oh yeah.
Right. And Terry
you don't
just
need that
vision,
like, Mike. Don't
right.
do
Oh
that.
God. Terry threw up in her mouth a little bit. Final round. Anybody triggered?
You know you are, Danny.
I feel like
I'm triggered all the time, huh?
I'm not really triggered about nothing. This week was pretty chill.
Danny's triggered.
Pretty chill.
Danny's triggered about.
I am kind of triggered about that jump button. But
I am. That's where I'm at. So I'm in final. I am in final round. So who wants?
I guess
to be
I'll
triggered?
be in the final round for that alone.
All right.
I just want to make that one statement.
Right. We're anybody else? Akeyles, Terry, Austin? No. All right. Well, then it's me and Leon in the
final round.
Eugene muted. Remember, he died. Yeah. Eugene died a horrible death. Yes, I'm triggered. There needs to be a fucking jump button. I don't give a fuck if the camera's behind him, if the camera's in his ass. I need a jump button. It is God of War. This is not Dark Souls. This is a different game. If I want to play Dark Souls, I'll play Dark Souls. I don't want to play that when I'm playing God of War. I want to be able to hit you with a two-piece on the ground, uppercut you, jump, hit you with 10 more in the air, and come down with a finisher. That's what I want to do. I don't want to hit you and then hope that I get the QTE jump to land the combo in the air. Fuck that. That's too much thinking for God of War. God of War should be brainless wreckage. It should not be calculated. That's the thing about God of War. God of War is not really like calculated like Devil May Cry or something like that. It's more of a blind rage. I should be able to plow through motherfuckers. I don't want to have to trigger a jump. I want to be able to jump over 10 dudes and drop that shit on top of them. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be led through no long stretches of walking. I want to wreck dudes. Period. That's what God of War is about. And you know what? And I'm all for changing the dynamic on some things. If they would have made more of a branching ass story on top of what makes God of War the shit, it would be great. But to change like absolutely everything, like just the way that the game plays, can really fuck up a franchise. Like, look, let's even compare Devil May Cry. Now, remember Ninja Theory, they did their own version of Devil May Cry. But when you play, because there was a lot of flack, and you know what, I'll be honest, I was one of those stupid-ass fanboys that was in IGN forums, talking about how Dante looks like shit, and, you know, he fucking sucks, and this game is blowing garbage. But then I got invited to an early playtest, actually a paid playtest, and I played it, and even though the art was different and the way that the story arc was drastically different, what Ninja Theory did was they played homage to what DMC is. And it is a stylish hack and slasher. And that's what I expect with God of War. I expect, okay, yeah, you're changing the direction, you're changing the cameras and shit like that, but I should still be able to jump. Even if you reduce platforming, whereas more platforming is more of like jump, crawl up this wall or whatever, I can deal with that. But there still needs to be fundamental elements of the game that exist within that universe, and that is jump. I need a fucking jump button. I don't give a fuck what Eddie says. I don't care where he gets his thought process from. Jump is key when it comes to God of War. And that's all I got to say. Leon.
So, wait, Danny, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So is your hype dead for Boats of War?
My hype has changed. I am still a super God of War mark. So it's like Kratos is like everything, you know, when it comes to like that character that just beats motherfuckers' ass. So I still support it. It's just, it kind of hurts. It's just, I just cannot believe that they would do that. You know, but I want, and as a God of War mark, I still want to give it a chance. I still want to go, okay, maybe they kept everything else core. You know, maybe I can still wreck large amounts of dudes. Maybe I could wreck bigger than life bosses that you wouldn't think would be possible. But Kratos is whooping their natural ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they still keep those aspects, I probably will still end up liking it, but it will still feel restricted because you can't jump. There's no fucking jump button. So I don't know the dynamic. Maybe that's what it is. It's that fear of unknown. It's like, I don't know how this Kratos is going to be. Is he going to be agile? Or is he like slow-paced and slashing? If that's what it is, that's not something I signed up for. Leon, it's your turn, sir.
So, yeah, all I'm going to say is, you know, it would be one thing if God of War didn't have jumping ever, and this was always how the game played. But that isn't the case. They're saying that they want to do something new and different, but what they fail to realize is there are people who are literally only buying a PlayStation for this one game alone. If you fuck this up, you fuck this up. Like, there's no like reversing that shit, and I feel like that's the direction that they're heading in. It's like they're gonna fuck this up, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like we're gonna have to wait till the next God of War for them to fix the shit. And I don't want that to be the case. And I'm tired of motherfuckers saying that this is an artistic decision. Like, taking a jump button out of a game to me doesn't make it a evolution of gaming.
Exactly.
Because it's a feature that is very basic to an open world experience. So you take it out, and then I guarantee you, when they bring it back, motherfuckers gonna act like it's some new shit. Like, they're gonna be hyped to do something that they already had to be able to do. You know what? I hope motherfuckers make that shit a loot box. I hope they put jumping as a fucking loot box, man.
Dude, don't fucking say that shit, dude. Don't fucking say that. Hold on, Leon.
That shit would be the perfect punishment for dudes.
Yeah, I'm saying don't fucking say that.
That's the perfect punishment for dudes that are damage controlling this shit. Because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring jumping back as a loot box, and then I'm be like, y'all happy now? Y'all happy with this artistic direction that they're taking? Because it's bullshit, and you know, it's just it's gonna be one of those games that it looks great. You know, we already know it looks great because we've seen the trailer.
It looks amazing. Yeah.
You know, but I'm very nervous that it's gonna be one of those games that's more of a cinematic experience, and PlayStation is starting to become famous for that in a sense because they have a lot of games that kind of fit that mold. However, God of War, like you said, was always an arcadey experience. Yes, it had a story, but come on, nobody plays God of War for the motherfucking story. You know what I'm saying? We play God of War to fuck people up and see titties. That's it. That is the only reason people play God of War.
Well, I tell
you,
you,
need to understand that. Like,
well, I'll tell you this. I did like God of War's story. I mean, I love the way that he doesn't care what he destroys as long as his revenge is had, you know, like
well, that's
when
not the story, that's the character.
Well, I'm just saying, he drove the story, and it was like since he was the lead of that story, he drove the story. His anger actually ended up being kind of like a downfall for life because, you know, open Pandora's box and all those diseases and all that shit that, you know, spoilers, you know, that he kind of released on his revenge was kind of a fucked up story. And I did kind of, I felt some type of way about it. I got emotional about it because I was like, nothing got solved, you know, at the true end of his story, which was, I think, God of War 3. You know, nothing got solved. It was just like he did his revenge and he fucked everybody over. And it was kind of a sad thing. Now, Terry, you said the story, you did play it for story, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed the story, and I also enjoyed like the puzzles of the game. The fact that they didn't just make it a hack and slash is why it probably wasn't boring to me like a general hack and slash usually is.
It was a hell of
because
puzzles.
They expanded past just making it a hack and slash. They had a good story. They had really good puzzles in it, so they made it more. So.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Because you remember, even puzzles, you had to jump. Remember, there were a lot of puzzles where it was like platform puzzles. There were puzzles that you had to jump on certain things to activate. And it's like none of that's in
It's like, it's one of those things where you want to go in with an open mind. You know, you don't want to be like the negative Nancy. But then it's like, I feel like it's like...
Preston.
My whole thing is this, man. You got two type of gamers in this day and age. You got yes men, and then you have people that, you know, go against the grain. And I feel like, you know, sometimes it's okay to be in the middle, but sometimes you got to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to put your foot down. And this is kind of a situation where it's like, I'm not sure until the game comes out. So it's annoying me because I want to know how this is going to affect my experience ultimately.
Absolutely.
And if they fuck this up, I'm gonna be really triggered. I'm not gonna lie.
Triggered,
I'm gonna be super triggered.
I'm making, if they fuck it up, I swear to God, and you could join me on this one too, Leon. I'm making a straight up triggered video, and it's gonna be like 20 to 30 minutes long, and it's literally gonna be me venting. So anybody want to join in on that? If God of War is trash, I swear to God, and I'm saying that right now, I will make a video. And whoever want to join in on the saltiness, we'll be on, and we'll do it. You know, we'll do it live, and we'll go from there. Anybody else? Did we trigger you?
Yo.
I do want to say.
Yo.
I just got triggered though when Leon was like jumping. The jumping mechanic isn't innovative, but yet he said that the voice mechanic was innovative for Hellblade, and all games have voices.
Well, it was.
All games have voices.
Not like Hellblade.
Yeah,
right.
They use a special technique.
It doesn't matter. It's a different technique. It's still voices.
Listen, I've never had 3D voice. I've never heard 3D sound Like
Still
I had
voices.
3D headphones just for that game.
All right, let
I've
me-
never heard
You're-
sound
you're-
design. I've
You
never heard
never,
sound
you never
design
heard
that well
surround sound
done.
before?
Not that well done in a game.
Yeah.
Name a
Eugene,
game that
you're
has
back,
better
buddy.
surround sound than Hellblade.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm back.
Now,
Yeah,
my
Voices-
question is,
voices
how do
aren't
you
innovative.
how do you revolutionize jumping more than jumping? Unless you're Mario, it's a fucking jump. Like it's not like you can really like taking
You gotta
jumping
crouch
out is
and
not
then jump.
revolutionizing anything. It's just taking it out. It's like we took jumping out. That's it.
They're not revolutionizing anything anyway because there's nothing left to revolutionize. Everything's been done.
No, that's not true.
Everything's been done.
No, it's not
Yeah,
true.
that's not true.
Everything's been done.
No.
Listen,
All it is is the same
until they put me in the actual
redone
video
with
game,
with a
and
different
I could
skin
squeeze
on
some
it.
titties in the actual game, everything has not been done.
Yeah,
Right.
everything's not
And
been
Peach
done.
Beach don't count, Mike.
I want
agree.
to PlayStation and this God of War.
But nah. It's like what Leon said.
Yeah.
The voice acting in Hellblade with the background voices, that was original.
Mm.
There's no such
Like
thing
I
as
felt like I
original.
was going crazy with this bitch.
Yes, I felt like I was going crazy.
Like when I'm fighting the boss and the bitch is telling me I'm gonna lose, I'm like, no, I'm not. Like I started
that
talking to
might
the
be
voices
right.
too.
Yeah, I'm about to
No,
wreck
I
this
was talking to
motherfucker
myself.
right here. Yeah.
I was talking to myself also. I'll word on that.
Like I feel like you can't play Hellblade without headphones. Like it's essential to the game.
Terry didn't play it.
Terry
was
hated that,
horrible.
man. I know Terry hated motherfucking Hellblade. Hold on, that's a conversation for another day. Yeah,
I'm not the only one though. I'm not the only one though. I've
there was
had
a lot of
plenty
people that
step
felt
up.
some
Not
type
a lot
of way
of
A lot
about
of
it.
people
people
like
have
Hellblade.
stepped up and told me, and agreed with me that they did not like the game either.
That's true. There's a lot of people who
Listen,
didn't like it. You
It's-
know.
Every game is not for everybody, so I can't knock anyone's opinion. You know?
Right.
You know, but there were some dudes. You know, there was, some people did not like it. They just
Yeah, there
truly
were some
did
people
not
out there
like it.
that didn't like it. There was like some people out there actually have these problems that actually try to play this game, and they felt very emotional when they played it because it was hitting towards home to them.
Right.
And so yeah, so it may
I
not
think
be. Go ahead, Leon.
My biggest issue with God of War is like I just don't like change. Like when you have a series like God of War that is so like connected to the brand, it's like I'm not saying I don't mind them tweaking it or making it better or adding things here and there, but when you do something real drastic, I start to get nervous because I'm like, I don't
It's
know,
like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
Like Corey said, he stripped the game down to its bare bones, and is going for a brand
God of
new
War
design.
doesn't need to be bare bone. You
Well,
know,
that's what
that's
he-
the thing.
if you
That's
look
the
at
thing.
the
Some
review-
games,
it wasn't broken.
I know it wasn't
It doesn't matter if it's not broken. You have to appeal to the younger gamer, which are the ones that are
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Younger gamers, they don't know what they want.
The
They don't know
younger
what they
gamers are the
want.
ones that are, making most of the sales right now. Not us. Majority of game sales are the younger generation.
No,
So,
Mike's
yeah.
making the sale. Mike buys 8 copies of games. He's fucking helping.
Dude,
They
the
matter.
younger gamers, man, they don't matter.
Goddamn
They do matter.
squeakers.
They out there doing dumb shit like
Eating fucking pods and shit.
Most
And
of
fire
the
challenges
game
and shit.
sales are
Fuck
for
outta
the
here.
younger gamers. Getting their parents to buy shit for them, or they go and
Okay.
they spend all their
Now I
money
know-
on
now-
this game.
Terry,
So
now
they
you
can
gave
pay
me
no
a
bills.
reason to hate kids like you.
Younger gamers need the Nintendo Switch. That's what younger gamers need. We need real God of War, not this.
I don't know. They got
We're
Dark
not gonna
Souls
get
on the
that.
Switch now, so you
Why do you think games evolve the way they have? It's because they're appealing to the younger generation. Because that's where
because
the money is.
people got stupider. They dumb games down.
No,
for the
they're
dumber
appealing to the
generation.
younger generation.
I also feel that since he's stripped the game down to bare bones, we're not going to see all those titties and bloody action in this new God of War.
With the
It's
way
gonna be a
media is these days, hell no, that's not going to be in there.
I don't think so.
It won't be in there. It will not be in there.
fucking
Every single,
SJW.
you can't even have a woman with muscles without people getting all up in a fucking panties in a bunch. There's no way you're gonna have titties in the game.
The 90s are gone, Mike.
Without CNN having a fucking 2-hour segment about it.
That's
okay?
true though.
So no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Can we just get a good good old video game with just
Please,
fucking
you know what I'm saying? That's all I want.
I don't want all this extra shit, man. I don't want all this like.
I remember when Terry played God of War 3 and she got to that sex scene and she was like, "No, I'm not doing that again."
That sex scene was dope. Cause that was the first time you actually had to like fuck someone in the game. Like, you actually had to press buttons and move shit around. Like,
exactly.
But my thing is, but then they want to come down on fucking Grand Theft Auto. Remember, San Andreas had the hot coffee code, and it was like literally the same thing. It was like you press QTE to do it.
San Andreas was fucking god.
But like I said, she was playing it, and she was absolute triggered about it that she had to do that.
Why you
felt violated?
No, there was no point to have it in the game. The whole game is about this man getting revenge.
It really wasn't no point to it, though. It really wasn't.
Yeah, I hate all the gods. I'm gonna kill you all. Before I kill you all, I'm gonna waste an hour. Screw around Aphrodite. No,
listen,
it had no
he's called the God of War.
It had no purpose in being in the game. It was just fucking fan service is all that was.
Why are we trying to make God of War such a serious game?
Yo, he's the God of War. He's supposed to fuck bitches.
I actually think I remember
not in a video game. You don't need it.
I actually remember Terry. I think Terry covered her eyes when she was doing this. Like, I don't want to see this. She's like, I don't want to see this.
Made me uncomfortable. I'm freaking streaming it. I got a bunch of guys watching. Last thing I want is to be, having to deal with that shit.
I know, because you already know how dudes are pigs and shit. We are pigs sometimes.
Dudes start blushing.
That's what I'm saying. We could be fucking assholes.
Mike is all red right now.
I feel you, Terry.
Yo, I played that scene so many times, yo. I would delete my save at that part of the game. Just to do
some pervert.
That shit was
right. He was on some perv shit. Right. He was
over there sweating, playing the fucking.
Eugene was over there.
Mike.
I was in full mic mode.
Mike, do that again, Mike. Do that one more time. Man.
I was in full mic mode.
Mike, I'm sorry.
Hey, Mike, you will ever be on the internet.
Oh my God! All right, let's just climb out of this shit. You know.
When you have kids, Mike, I'm gonna show them this video.
It was all in my ear for no damn reason.
And that was the
final round.
Hey, Dan, remember that day Mike came in here showing his titties?
Yes.
What?
He did. He thought the camera was off and he just got out the shower.
Oh, y'all got all the areola?
It looked like Mario's areola, I'm telling you.
My man had a dark side Phil moment. Oh, the camera's on?
It looked like wrinkled pepperonis and shit. We got a sponsor that probably left us today, Player One, Coffee Lab. Go check out those fucking coffees. I'm telling you, it's so amazing. They got. I'm telling you, and what they're doing. I love when companies do like gamer shit. It don't necessarily have to be games, but I love when they embrace the whole gamer philosophy. So go check out Player One Coffee. The link is below. So definitely check that out. Tell me what you think. Buy stuff. Buy me some shit. I'll take, like I said, some. What do they got? They got the smooth, the FPS smoother. I definitely hook me up with that shit. I'm willing to try it. If you want to send me a pack of that. I'm not popping the t-shirts. Nope, I'm not saying them motherfucking t-shirts.
I made a prototype, man.
Nope.
Look at it.
Nope.
Eugene said them t-shirts.
I know Eugene wants to pop these motherfucking t-shirts. He did big baller brand. Nope, I'm not doing that shit.
The IMJ quitting t-shirts.
Nope, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Also, our Patreon. Check out our Patreon. Just, we want to get to E3. We also want to level up our shit. So the more support that we get, we will definitely level up our shit. And, it's just something. It's a dream of ours to kind of take some sort of hold of the gaming industry. And you can help us do that. And you can be a part of it as well. It's not like we're going to do it alone. We need you guys to help us. So that would be amazing if you guys reached out, helped us as well. As you can see on the screen, we got all these different places. You can follow us on Discord, YouTube, Twitch right now, because we're streaming Twitch and YouTube at the same time right now, Facebook and Twitter. So check us out in all those different places. I do want to shout out some people in chat. John, Zach was here for a little bit. I did ban that one dude. He's the fuck out of here. Persona, what's up, bro? And then on Twitch, we got Cisco, Fabulous. I thought I saw Quiet. Who else did I see? I
the
saw
whole music industry up in the chat.
Right. Rihanna,
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Before we cut show, you doing the giveaway tonight or tomorrow?
The giveaway will be on Facebook. So if you guys are part of the Facebook room, pay attention. I'm trying to let more people enter because it's kind of unfair right now.
Right now, it's just 4 people entered or something.
Right. It's unfair right now. So don't y'all want free motherfucking games? You know what I'm saying? We got Hellblade.
Only 4. Mine didn't go through.
No, you ain't part of it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Cast members shouldn't be allowed to enter. It should be our fans only.
Right.
Admins are not allowed to enter. This is for the gamers and platform gamers.
Can you drop our admin status just for a few minutes?
Can you drop your admin status for a few minutes?
No.
No. But like I said, check out our Facebook room. We're doing a huge giveaway. We're giving away a copy of Hellblade for PS4, and we're giving out NBA 2K17 for Steam. So definitely some good games. Not usually. All games I like, but these are kind of more top tier. Even though Terry hates Hellblade, but still, it's top tier games. So if you guys want to do that, sub to us here and at Twitch, follow us there, join the Facebook room, and
we have two Facebook groups. Everyone, we have Platform Gamers, which is we talk about anything gaming. So check that one out, and then we have the Platform podcast group. That one is going to be, if you join that one, you can talk about things for the show. So if there's any topics we ever cover in the show and you really want to talk more about it in more depth, we can go ahead and discuss it there. And stuff like that. So it's, or if you just have questions for the cast members, that's a great place to go and just ask us questions too.
Or if you have or if you have a topic you want us to talk about,
why don't you bang out in there?
Yeah, if you got topics you want us to talk about, if you want to reach out to us, if you have any questions about the show, if you're a streamer or some sort of any person in gaming media, you want to be featured on the show, reach out to us through the page. You can reach out through us through our links below for our Twitter and Twitch and everything like that. Just send us a message, and we will definitely get with you and set up a time where we can see what works out best for your schedule. Absolutely.
You will get a copy and paste response from us.
No, that's Eugene, not us. You're not getting a copy. You're gonna get a real response from us. We will go from there. So next Friday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, we will be back. Tomorrow we're doing our movie show. Preston will be hosting the show. I do want to rotate hosts though. So and I know
the
Akeyles
Platform Goes to the Movies episode 2.
Episode 2, and I think
which I believe was about horror movies and Black Panther, right?
Black Panther, yep. And then now Akeyles, I want you to host it next weekend because I like rotating hosts for that show, just because of the nature of that show. So rotating the host may be pretty dope. I want to try it and see how that works out, if you don't mind. Akeyles, you here? Oh, Akeyles, hold on, you lost it at the end of the show. I cannot believe it. He made it all the way to the end, and then
my theme music didn't play either. That sucks.
No, because you still fucked up. But I'm letting you in slowly right now. Yes,
I didn't rectify that. You fuck face.
Chat still said they want your head, but I'm gonna let you in.
Really, I'm
meaning
it right now. So take a life of line.
Nope, because it's the end of the show. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Check us out next week. Check us out tomorrow. Follow our Patreon. Check out Player One. And we are out.